Polly has a thing for spiderweb.
We're not streaming. You're not live. Oh, you are. And I just.
Oh my goodness.
Well.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Somebody!
Hi, everybody.
Hey, look, ads! They got ads in the worst timing possible. Damn it.
Good, but it's still recorded, so it doesn't matter.
I guess.
So Polly's love of webs now, her web of lies are now recorded. It's fine.
Yeah,
Don't do the noises.
elements.
It makes you sound more guilty and perverted. Don't do that. She doesn't care. She's been drinking again. It's fine. Have you had wine?
No, I had coffee, seltzer, and water.
This sounds a little bit too responsible. I don't know who are you?
Well, then that tells you that maybe I am sick.
Hi, everyone. How you guys all doing tonight?
Oh, God.
Oh shit!
Who's this?
No, but Evie. See, I told you. You coming?
Hello.
She got so scared. She got terrified. Like her life flashed before her eyes. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the PokePod.
Oh, hey, look, a new Pokemon Sword and Shield trailer just came out just now.
What? Hold on,
The
you're
Crown
joking.
Tundra.
Wait a minute.
What?
Are you serious?
Yeah, it just came out.
Hold the fucking. Let me get my ass up. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
Wait a
Oh, it's
minute.
only 30 seconds, damn it.
You bitch.
No, but it's still a trailer per se. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see the trailer. Is there anything new in this trailer?
Where the hell do you see the trailer at?
I know.
I don't see it.
It's only a trailer of a trailer. You.
Here, I'll post it.
Whee!
See, I told
Click it
you.
in the Discord.
That's what I'm doing.
So where
Oh,
are we
okay.
going?
Here we go.
Where the fuck are we going?
We're going to jail.
Oh, that's
We're
good.
in jail.
Yeah, it's a trailer for Sword and Shield's Crown
Oh, it
Tundra.
is a trailer.
It shows a little bit of... Actually, I don't think there's anything new with this trailer. It's just more so...
No, it's like a
Oh,
TV ad.
put it together.
Yeah, it does
Oh,
look like
I-
a TV
And I
ad.
kind of love they just turned off the comments.
Well, I mean, Pokemon always does that.
Yeah, so... Hey there, chat. How you guys all doing? Hopefully everybody's doing okay for the night.
I hope you don't get caught in our web of lies. That's all.
And why is it from South Africa?
You have a problem with
right.
South Africa, bitch? No.
They should have uploaded the full concert from that fucking swimming pool in 1993 where Elton did that solo show with Ray Cooper.
Nah, that's too easy. Too easy.
Well, I guess there you go, folks. That was a trailer. That exists. Nothing of
so
value
random.
was lost.
Nothing of value was gained.
Or gained. Yes.
Fair. That's fair.
all it was called the Pokemon Sword and Shield Coming Soon trailer.
I didn't even know where the fuck you got it from because I couldn't even see it pop up on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, the Reggies.
Because it's fucking South Africa distributor.
Yeah.
You're gonna keep this South Africa thing
Because
going,
that's what the fuck it is. It's South Africa.
I don't believe in South Africa. That's a myth.
You gotta go to the salt flats of Botswana.
No, I don't even know how to spell that.
And you called me uneducated before?
Did you finish your homework?
Oh, oh my god!
I was tending to
Do your loins?
my crops.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh,
Nice.
that almost. Okay, all right.
No, I meant.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We took it.
I find this hilarious. We're talking about this like as if we're not even live, and yet everybody here is just watching us ramble the dumbest shit imaginable.
Well, because Tyrone's not here. That's why.
Yeah.
Because Tyrone's supposed to be the straight man of the group to keep things in balance. We lost the lad, and now we're in chaos mode, guys. We have no sense of control.
We lose the straight
It's
man, and now it's
Richard.
a problem.
Richie, help us.
Hey, Richard.
What I mean to do?
Yeah, well,
We gotta-
thanks,
I don't
Richard,
know,
for your
you're
help.
gonna-
Richard, I need you to tend the Polly's crops. Is what I need you to do.
I mean, on the
Something
bright side, I
about
give you a heads
crops
up
and
when I'll be there, and I
friggin'
like
Charlotte's
I was
Webs.
making. I was
Well, what we gotta
metaphorically.
do, what we gotta do is, we gotta make another chat then.
How?
Oh
why
yeah,
not
because
just go
you're
on the other
who are you-
server.
Oh, y'all doing that tonight? Y'all adding
Well, no, we can't add them to this group only because I think there's already a limit for this one. For
Yeah.
some odd, I don't get
I
Discord
don't see how we-
sometimes. I
Why can't we just
genuinely
go to the
don't.
Poke server? I don't get it.
well, listen, the main well, because apparently there's like I thought it was limited of like 10 people.
10
I
people
think?
only. Yeah, just 10 people.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we
realistic-
make?
We'll get all the deviancy out here, and then when you get into the professional one, everything's okay.
I know, right?
But just for a little while.
Wait, are we live?
Yeah.
We could.
All right,
We
whatever.
could just.
If we aren't live, I would be
You're
disappointed
not
in
following the
myself for
Twitch,
being
Richie.
7 minutes late, man.
Richie, I thought you were supporting the Twitch channel.
Also, chat, what you guys got today?
It's called blind support.
KG
Anyways.
just create a PokePod
It's not
server.
supporting if we can't see you.
I would love to create a PokePod server. The only issue is I'm just realizing that there's like 50 billion anti-poke servers. I think having like so many for so many people would be very disorganized. Also, that means I would have to control the server,
don't
and I
we-
probably would not do that. So,
Hmm.
also, this stream is sponsored by Hyrule Warriors, according to John.
I have an idea.
Why?
Okay.
Why don't you just invite
I'll
more
post it
people
in
into the
the-
Poke? Why don't you just invite more people into the Poke family and do it there?
Wait, hold on.
Well, I guess I should say, like, are you guys comfortable with that?
What?
Huh.
Inviting people to the Poke family?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. It's y'all's thing.
No, actually, it's
That's
not even
what-
mine. Who made this?
It's
TSS?
Me,
TSS, we have
Yes.
a question for you.
and I don't have an answer. I'm sorry.
That's-
No, come on, man.
Okay, I guess if we get
I
a
mean, typically
majority
that is
vote,
an
we'll
answer.
add them through there.
I just wanted to talk to you for a second.
Trey, are you there?
Wait, no.
Like
look
Trey
at my
goggles.
thing. Look at my.
All right,
Me
all
and
right. So
Look at your
all
wife.
right,
So
so
what are we looking at,
All
Bo?
all right. So what you got to do is just get the invite link, which I
Who
have.
made the switch noise?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
No,
wait.
I did. I snapped. I said, look at my message that I sent
Where did you send it?
in the backstage.
Oh, that's why I didn't see it. Because I didn't look in the backstage. I thought you sent it in the
Because you're
chat.
never there, Tyrell.
Oh, bitch. Man, we gonna fight tonight.
Fists
I'm
are
gonna get the
about
book.
to be thrown, and I don't know how people would feel
Okay.
about that.
Yeah,
all right.
maybe-
So what?
I see what Polly's
This
saying.
way we still have this, but then we can.
Well, I mean, we do have a main thing in it.
Oh yeah, we can
Oh
just
yeah,
add.
just add them through the main, and then we'll just add them or just shift
Yeah,
them over
guys.
to the other recording thingy.
You guys are so smart.
I know.
Okay.
Thank you for your
Yeah.
advice. So great one.
Okay.
You're welcome.
We have but
Wow.
we have the invite link.
Also,
Well,
just out of curiosity, only because there's a couple of things happening right now. I know Twitch had just recently did this weird thing where mid rolls are just happening on stream now.
oh, is that what's happening?
I don't know because everybody's saying suddenly this stream is.
Well, KG,
sponsored by
you'll know when you
Applebee's.
get paid. When you get paid, then
Hey, listen,
Okay.
man, the dollar
so
bills, yo.
have them
dollar bills, y'all.
dollar bills. So direct them to this link.
Alrighty, where are they at?
Wow, Nessa is out here throwing shade.
Hold on.
Is it real life if you just complain a lot?
Is this the real life?
Oh, Richie,
Or
Is this just fantasy?
Richie, we can't. Richie, you a little too live from yesterday. Sit your ass down.
Man, don't tell me what to do. I pop off what I want.
Caught in a
Not
rock
when there's
slide.
freaking people right in front of our faces.
Okay, well, obviously not in front of the people, but you know what I mean.
Richie does the
Ban in
podcast.
17
Listen,
states.
Richie's the type of dude who does the podcast with no shirt on. I know what kind of lifestyle he's living.
Hey, look,
Well,
hey,
my
hey, don't
question is
talk to me, man. Shit.
why?
It's too hot in San Diego. Those.
Exactly, they're fucking dying out there. They need that.
Hey, we need a water type to kill the fire.
No, we just have to bring in fire.
Wait. That's what you call Breath of the Wild out there. That's what that is.
Breath of the World.
Oh no!
Jesus
Breath of-
Christ.
The better
Also, hi.
answer is Breath.
Yeah, I know we
Breath
said
of
hi
the
before,
Homework.
but just hi again.
Hey, we need.
Yeah, hi, I exist. Thank you.
You're welcome,
So
buddy.
Evie, you and I might be in the same predicament.
Evert.
I did not
might
watch
be
the
right on
episode
this.
subbed. I have to confess.
Well, you have
Well-
about an hour to watch it before we actually do a review.
Yeah,
so.
but
Well,
Yeah, but
unfortunately,
she's not even doing her
I
homework. Now she watch
actually
the episode.
did not watch the episode, so I'm with you there.
well,
I just wanted to be stated. This is the same girl who hasn't done her homework yet. You think she's gonna watch the episode? What is it?
what are you still doing here anyway?
Wow. she's very antagonistic
Oh
today.
my god! Look,
Well,
even
yeah,
chat's
watch it
asking you to
raw.
hurry and watch it already.
Oh, you like it raw? Okay, that makes sense.
Nintendo recently showed something Zelda related out of nowhere. Wait, what?
It's raw. Gordon Ramsay voice.
Oh no.
No, you got it. No, because you got to get the 72 items off of the menu.
Yeah.
I'll have a number too
and we
large.
need to revamp the
Shit.
back room.
Wrong window.
Oh no.
Well, anyway.
Oh yeah, that Hyrule Warriors sequel.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. They did show that not too long ago.
You mean
didn't they?
prequel? Goddamn.
14
Sequel
14
prequel.
years.
It's a
There you
sequel
go.
to the
Since the
first
AG
Hyrule Warriors game, but a prequel to the Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
It's a prequel.
Yeah,
There we go.
prequel.
Well,
No matter how
using
you
that
say it, it's still gonna be a prequel or a
Don't
sequel.
pee off on me like that. That's ridiculous.
Prequel.
Don't mention it, Curl Blitz. They'll give more attention to AG more than they did to DP the other day.
Everyone
so,
says, guys, rip Polly's homework.
yeah.
Listen,
Like,
man.
Polly,
When the
that's
chat
what it-
also feels as well like this, then you know, homework.
Are you going to paste that linkage?
No, I did already. I sent it to them.
Oh, hi, Prof. Listen, you gotta
See,
chill.
In Kevin minutes.
I
Oh
prob-
my gosh, it's Zach.
Oh,
I mean,
I prob-
Oh!
it's
They roasting you in the
Listen,
chat.
I probably
Zach,
don't give a fuck.
this pod,
Oh, they
please
roasting you in the chat. bro.
help me, Zach. I'm being in the midst of
Oh,
this
no.
chaotic
Help
battle
me.
royale going on here.
I don't know
I
how
had
to read.
to conduct myself nicely now.
You never do.
Yes, but
Zach, watch the first 13 minutes just to get a glimpse
I
of
had
what's
No,
going
no,
on.
no.
I respect very much in the chat, so
No, yo, dude, look at she's lying. She switches
unlike
up.
the rest of you.
She switches up when she feels like, yeah,
Okay, I think we're ready to go now.
Yeah, I think we're ready to go hit the shift on to the other side, man.
that's why I'm
Okay.
gonna go
Professor
check it
Hitch
out.
says I did my homework. I am a good girl.
I
See,
roasted
there's a
Pod.
good example right there for someone who's done their homework already in advance before
I know.
watching the pod.
Well,
That's great.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We can't even get you
Well-
to do your goddamn homework. This is terrible.
homework.
Yeah.
Homework.
Oh my god.
Okay.
How the fuck are we gonna do this?
Oh, I'm gonna leave, so I'm getting all my roasting out of the
No.
way.
Yeah, but that doesn't
Come
change
back.
anything.
Don't worry, we'll figure something out.
Done her homework. Yeah, it doesn't change anything. That's the problem.
Donnie says,
That's
here's
not what
Zach, the
never
best
mind.
clip from 13 minutes ago, and it's just a clip that says, wow, rude.
Clips in advance.
No. We got to do it. We got to do it like the Kid Pick Studio. Ding, ding. Wow.
I would like to unhear that noise.
Oh no! Oh,
How about we start transferring? How about that?
what about the?
Wow, we got
Okay.
we got 60
It's
people
time
listening
to
chaos
stop.
to this. All right. Let's go and shift over to the other side. We'll invite them into the call. To those that would just receive the invites, just go into the main hub call, and then we'll just pull you in for the funds.
I'm gonna jump out, but thank you guys for having me. And remember, kids, tell Paul to do her homework. She's not doing it. That's the
Okay.
Just type in the chat, do your homework, Polly, or something.
problem. Yeah. Everyone type in the chat, do your homework, Polly.
Now then, onward to the other one.
Thank you,
And
and good night.
thanks, Terrell, for coming in.
GG's.
GG's, my friend. All right, later, guys.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, actually, not us though. We're okay now. Evie, it's you and I now.
All
We
right,
have a
good.
man.
Now,
Greetings,
let us-
everybody.
let
Welcome
us
to the Annie
transition
Pod.
to the Annie Pod.
Let's get-
Yeah, there we go.
You guys have been bamboozled. There you go. Perfect.
All right.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
rate this Nafu.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
All right.
the episode's not up yet.
Okay, yeah.
Never
Let me go
mind.
get my camera real quick. Nah, I'm just kidding. Let's go. Let's go to the other call real quick.
Yeah, eat.
Yeet.
Polly,
What?
you're in the wrong.
You're in the
spot.
wrong server call.
shit.
Get your ass in here.
This is. I thought you said main hub. You said main hub.
Always happen.
I
You
said
said.
invite those that or no, I said to those that got the invite to go into the main hub and we'll drag them into the call.
I gave him the role. Doesn't matter.
This is a mess. This is a mess.
Y'all are stupid.
Hey, there, Goggles. And who else we got here in the call? Media Nut as
That's my
well.
boy.
Hey, KG.
Yay.
Hey, guys.
Hi, guys.
Finally, some brain cells in this.
Hey, man.
Well, I mean, we'll see about that. Right now, all my brain cells are basically dead due to fanboying, very much so.
We'll get to that,
Well,
I'd
get
say,
on
in
the
a
chat.
bit.
And I'm the person who could shut it down.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
Wait, what is this, man?
All right,
The
Karen.
host. Wait, isn't there a male version for Karen? I don't remember. Anyway,
I think Kevin.
Keith, I think.
Kyle.
I did hear though it was a Kevin, and I got scared. I was like, I swear to God, if it's Kevin, I'm going to throw a
my
riot,
gosh.
man.
Well, no, it'll be different because your name is different.
Yeah, sure. It's all
So,
right.
in other words, what we're all agreeing is that somewhere out there's a Karen prestige.
Yes, and
Yeah,
I'm
probably.
scared
Oh
about
my
that.
God! Someone make that.
Please, dear God, no.
Wait, okay,
I need my
I-
blonde wig and everything. Go
All
on,
right.
Polly.
Here we go. No, I have an idea.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
No, carry on.
Why
Okay, so
say you
here's
have
what
an
we gotta do.
idea
We're
and
not-
then
As
not
if
go
nothing
with the
really
idea?
matters.
Guys, here's what we gotta do. We gotta get a blonde wig. We gotta get Kevin to wear it, and just have him record an entire video talking about the exact opposite of what Kevin would say about Pokemon. And
Well,
that's
I do
basically
have a
what
horse mask. Does that count?
if the main,
Well, I mean, you are a
if the
you
main
would be
of the
a jackass.
horse is
I know,
blonde,
right?
then
Well,
sure.
okay,
so
before
what
we
we're gonna-
get any further into this discussion, of course, first of all, I think it's only appropriate to kind of introduce the new folks here in the call for tonight. Because, some new faces every now and then would always be a good thing. So let us go and introduce these two new folks into the call. Let's start off with you, Goggles. Introduce yourself, buddy.
Hello, everybody. My name is Gongo Master. Honestly, you guys know me. I do have another chat known as a Poke Chat. Not trying to put myself. I'm just saying that's what you guys probably know me for. Pokemon, Digimon, not Yu-Gi-Oh. You basically know who I am. I like goggles, and Journey's been doing a good job with goggles.
Now, the Digimon thing, I did not know that. I'm genuinely...
I've been reviewing. I stopped though only because college work's gotten so busy. But I'm gonna have to make a video soon talking about, like the episodes I missed.
Okay, that's cool to know, because I know some of us here as well also have enjoyed the recent reboot of Adventure that just came out.
Yeah.
Especially, I think TSS
been-
here is probably our number one guy for that one out of all of us.
Yeah, although I didn't watch this week's episode yet.
Yeah, me neither.
I still gotta catch up.
All right.
I've seen it.
And now, of course, let's move on into the second one that's also in the call for tonight. Our buddy Media Nut. Say hello, buddy.
Our
Hey,
resident
guys,
almond joy.
Yo, what is up, guys? My name is the Media Nut, and it is a fantastic honor. As you guys can probably tell, I tend to make focus on making content basing on all forms of pop culture and media on my channel, making a bunch of really nerdy videos, and I have been a fan of the PokePod for years. So the idea that I'm here is kind of a dream come true. I'm
Same here,
very much
actually.
I'm very much trying to stay professional, but also have fun. So
Have you
watch
seen it?
throughout
Have
the
you
night.
listened?
Be yourself, man.
Have you listened to us for the past 20 minutes? We're never professional.
No, we're professional.
Mm.
I wish I could say we're professional, but I honestly
No,
think
no. We're pedestrian.
Yes, we're pedestrians, I know. But, like... Yeah, but I would
Don't
say...
drop your water in a bucket of water. So.
I will say this though, it is I've always been wanting to kind of get the pod to become, more active with new members and everything. And I also have to thank our buddy Ben for creating the group that he did to invite a lot of Anipoketubers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Anipoke, scene-wise anyway, back in the day was not as big as it is now, despite it still being like a small fraction, like maybe 20 to 30 people. That's still a big amount compared to back in the early Best Wishes and even X and Y days, because nobody
True
really
that.
knew.
AG, where they only had freaking 3 IRC chats for that.
Yeah, but I guess I'm referring to like the YouTube social media stuff, like that. It was never as big as it is currently. And it makes me happy to see that the Anipoke scene has started to thrive a little bit better, especially within the world of Sun and Moon and now leading into Journeys. A lot of new faces coming in and out. It makes me very happy to see that, especially for somebody who's been on the scene since the beginning of X and Y and seeing where we're at right now. So I'm very happy to see that. Welcome once again to you two. And I know somebody else might be joining in later at some point. I don't know where the hell this man's at.
If I know him, he's not going to appear till 2 hours before we end the stream.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great to know then.
Trust me.
He'll get the invite.
No, the problem is he's Uno tonight, so it's okay.
He's probably doing Just Dance again.
Wait,
that would be funny. That would be funny.
We made a joke in the Poke Chat where he would play Just Dance if he hits 5,000 subs or something, and he did. On his word. And we're trying to make him play Fortnite for 10.
It's kind of an ongoing joke where this individual, this friend of ours, he has this habit of being late to the point where we make jokes about it. It's just funny. It's become part of his personality, and we love him.
The thing is though, Tyrone retired that because he actually came in on time.
Yeah, this is so weird. This is like one of those rare episodes where Tyrone is not here. Also, Curl, I did receive that picture of this Karen image with my face on it, and I have no idea how to feel about that. So I'm gonna just have this saved in my
burn it.
That is fantastic. I love it.
I don't know how to feel about this. I love it, but I don't know how to react to it. It's literally the Karen from Masters and just slapped on my face on top of it. It's beautiful.
Never played Masters.
That's really smart.
So.
And if you haven't played Masters, play it because they have freaking Lusamine.
My phone.
Your
phone is compatible with Masters.
Lily doesn't come till the 16th, I think. Right?
Okay, time to go and buy a Xiaomi and fucking.
Yeah, listen, man, we managed to make Tyrone buy a $900 phone or something recently, so he could play.
Well, right now,
Pokemon Masters, I think it was.
He bought a fucking Razer phone.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm trying to save my money. It's like I buy a new Smash game because I lost mine.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy.
It's okay.
Hopefully, you know what's the worst feeling? When you do say buy the new system or the console, and then immediately the day after you find that it's inside your left drawer, and you're now questioning everything.
I would hate it.
I have 3 copies of Emerald because of that reason alone.
Yeah.
Good, give me one.
Yeah, no, those are preserved somewhere because I lost them again somewhere in the.
Yeah.
I'm exactly the best person to keep shit with,
we could trade. I could trade you. I'll give you a copy of the new Pocket Monsters manga with Go and Satoshi, and you give me 1 copy of Emerald.
Be right back. Let me go take a look for it.
Good trick.
Okay. All right. So he's gonna look for it. So. This evening I also want to talk a few things about. Well, we're going to be talking about the time slot change, but there's another thing I want to talk about. There's going to be a brand new arcade game. There's going to be a brand new Pokemon arcade game starting on September 17th, and it's called I think it's called Pokemon. What is it? God, it had the fucking name. It's not Gowley anymore. It's another game. I think it's like Masteroid or some shit. I have to look because they had a commercial on the Pokemon last night or yesterday. Okay, actually, here it is. Okay, it's called. Come on, because I'm literally going through the TS right now. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Pokemon Mazastar. That's going to be the new game. It looks like it's the same. It's going to be the same machine, the same machine shape as in the Gaule, but it's just going to be slightly different. They use different discs and they use different paths. So that means that I'm not going to be able to bring the my Gaule discs and the pass anymore. So I can retire those now.
Okay.
But it looks fun. But I don't know about the gameplay mechanics. I don't know if it's the same. I don't know if it's different. I'm gonna have to see, like. Go ahead.
Is it anything similar to like? Because I know for a long time, I know they had a bunch of arcade games with that one theme song that goes like Pokemon or whatever. I forgot what it's called though. But
Treta.
Yes, that one.
Treta was different because it used little like coin discs. I actually have a few of them because my neighbor actually went to my neighbor's Japanese and he actually got me like I think 10 or 15 of those.
That's dope.
And so I'm gonna have Treta, I have Galilei stuff, and now it's gonna be Mizastar. Now Mizastar looks like it's the same kind of mechanic where you bash the two buttons, but it looks like the gameplay is different. So I can't wait to see there's probably going to be a promotional video in a few days when it launches on September 17th on the official Japanese YouTube channel. So I can't wait for that so I could play that next year.
I'm intrigued, yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool. So Pokemon Mizastar.
It's
nice.
Definitely
nice.
gives me Mizaze vibes just because
that's exactly the whole point.
Huh, interesting.
Mizastar.
Get to this.
So aside from that, though, obviously, I'm interested to see more information about it soon enough. It will find out eventually regarding that. Another thing, though, that I assume we're going to be talking about for a bit, and TSS hinted at it just a while ago, was the announcement that the time slot for the series has officially been given a change now.
Yes.
To where it is now going to be airing on Friday, which is oddly interesting that they decide to go this route. And to be honest, my question to this is, why did it take them this long to get to this point, man?
I will tell you why.
It was also a pretty quick change compared to going from Thursdays to, I believe, to Sundays.
Yeah.
Well, okay. We might as well talk about this right now to clear the air because in total Pokemon has had 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's going to be the 5th time slot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because originally it was on at 6:30 p.m. on Tuesdays when it first started up until Porygon. Then it moved to Thursdays starting in April of 98 at 7 p.m., which has stayed there for like 18, something along the lines of 18 years. Then in 2006, it moved back 5 minutes to Thursday at 6:55. And then in October of 2018, they switched it to Sundays at 6 p.m. And now finally, we're going to get to Fridays at 6:55 p.m., which is right after Yokai Watch Jam, the Yokai Pokemon Power Hour. That's what I like to call it.
I mean, thinking about it, with the popularity of Yokai and Pokemon combined, I guess business-wise, it makes a lot of sense.
Also, the other business as well is that they don't have to fight against the heavyweight champion of animation television from Sunday slot.
Well, yeah, because Sunday is ruled by 2 anime. Sunday is ruled by let's see, Chibi Maruko-chan, which is what exactly Pokemon was going up against for 2 years and lost every time and only made it onto the charts once. Out of fucking 104 weeks, one time it made on a chart, and it was like a 1 point. It was like a 2.1 or something.
Not much of a difference, basically.
No, it was worse because at least before then it was getting like 3s. Before after that, it was not even breaking 2s. It was like breaking 2.5s or even 2.1s. Like. It was only been, I believe it's only one time that it's been on the chart since the time slot move, because it was going up against Chibi Maruko-chan, which 2 months prior, I believe it was like August of 2018, the mangaka of Chibi Maruko-chan died. So that made it even worse because it made people think about the show, and that's getting like 7s and 8s, while Pokemon's getting like nothing. And on top of that, another Sunday anime that people watch a lot is Sazae-san, which is the longest running anime right now that's been constantly airing since fucking 1969. And it's still going. And because of the mangaka, she died like, I don't know, 20 something years ago. She specifically said that that it will not be re-aired or re-released. So the animators have to create new episodes for every week. So yeah, that's why you barely see anything. Yeah, 51 years. Yeah. Yeah, Sazae-san. I mean, that's like the anime that's the Japanese anime that's like iconic, and that's what it is. So with Pokemon moving to Friday now, because first of all this happened because when we watched it live, the commercial comes up. It's like a minute right after the episode ends, before the credits come up. You have doors open. You hear 2001: A Space Odyssey, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Is this Ric Flair coming out?
That's what you said.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck is this, Ric Flair? And I was like, oh, maybe it's Pikataro. And then I just see, okay, it said golden. Let's see, it was executive golden producer Pikachu. And I'm like, wait a minute, is golden? Keen is gold. Keen Yobi is Friday. Yeah, it was the Friday move.
Yep.
And they just
Doraemon.
It's coming to Friday. All right, moving along now.
To counter off Doraemon actually aired in 1973 for a couple of months, for like 26 episodes. Then there was the second series, which aired from 1979 until 2005, and the current series, which is 2005 until on now. So technically those are 3 series. Sazae-san has been 1 series, 1 constant. But also, ironically enough, several hours before we got confirmation of that, I saw that Shokotan and Yajima, the producer for Coco, are going to have podcasts, and they were announced for Fridays, October 9th and October 16th. And I'm like, that's at 8 o'clock. Okay, the podcast would be at 8 o'clock on a Friday. I'm thinking, yeah, I think that's official. Because Sergi Joe said that he had an insider that he trusted. And usually when Joe says that, I usually go with it. The man has been longer out here longer. I mean, he's been around for 21 years already.
Mm-hmm.
So, I can't go against him. So that's what it is. But now that I see this time slot change, I think it's going to benefit both Yokai Watch Jam and Pokemon. Because you have 2 hard-hitting, action-packed shows right behind each other, right next to each other.
I better start seeing some 3s and 4s with Pokemon. Thanks.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Is Yokai Watch by any chance in any of the top 10s in the ratings?
No,
anyway?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay, maybe they'll get a boost from Pokemon's shift then. Maybe.
Well, I mean, it's the way that Yokai Watch has hit. Is pretty much like. It's past the fad stage, but I would say that Yokai Watch Jam as an anime is really good. You should watch it. It's very underrated. It's really funny.
Yeah, it's a spin-off
Whisper is a teacher. Whisper is a teacher, by the way.
Yeah, so they've done a lot of changes with this new one, obviously because it is a spin-off series. And therefore, it's going with different ideas. But I personally think that some of the ideas that they got there is pretty entertaining. So having Yokai there and then to follow up with Pokemon is, I'd say, a perfect mix.
Yeah, you have an action-oriented, action comedy-based anime, and then you have a adventure-based an anime. So it's great stuff. You should. Yeah. That means it's going to be happy time.
Specifically for this lad here, because he loves both of them. And now he got both of them back to back. It's a dream come true.
Yeah, exactly. And for the folks who want to watch it, just go ahead. I mean, it's up to like 37 episodes now.
I don't think they're all subbed
36?
though, because there is no official subbing for it. I think it's fan.
Yeah, but
translations.
there's just fan subs right now. But you should definitely take a look and watch it. But you should definitely watch it because it's funny.
Also, their first opening is a goddamn bop. If you haven't heard that first song,
that
song is
but the second one, Uchi no Rendezvous, that's also a good song too.
Yeah, I'm just saying
great
the first one.
Space Rendezvous.
Like, if you want a reason to get into this into the show, that opening, that first one is absolutely sublime. I love it.
Yeah, it's
I've
by
always
Strawberry.
I've always been very iffy of whether or not to try Yokai Watch, just because I always hear so many things about it. So like, I definitely got to give it a shot.
Well, this series definitely, because you do not need to watch the other series in order to get into this. This is its own self-standing series.
Okay.
The only thing is, I would recommend watching the movie because it's kind of like a prologue.
All right.
Yeah, so the Yokai Watch Jam movie, which was released on home platforms in July, I would watch that first because it's like think of it as like episode 0, episode 1, and episode 2. You don't need to watch it in order to get it, in order to start the series, but it does clear up a few things like a prologue. So yeah, but now that Pokemon's going to Friday now, that's going to make it very interesting. Number one, people are probably not going to be staying up for it anymore. Not me, unless if I'm a crazy motherfucker. Honestly, but there's going to be some time for that. No episode on October 4th. I don't think so, considering that they're going to be doing the time switch. So, but there's nothing set in stone yet. We do not have anything else at this moment.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the time slot changes, for me, looking more into the creator side of it, I'm very interested to see how that's going to affect the dynamic when it comes to like different AnyPoke creators, like with reaction videos and like discussion videos and such. It's definitely something that I myself, because I'm still relatively new to the AnyPoke community, but I've been doing YouTube for a while. Like, it's interesting to see what changes this will bring to the community, especially when it comes to how people make their videos for this. Whether or not this is going to affect them in a positive or negative, I guess is just something we got to see.
Yeah, even for the folks who sub the show as well, that's also a thing to keep an eye on.
Another thing. Yeah, because like we don't know when the subs come out, so then there's a discussion of whether or not, like, oh, should we wait this amount of time for the subs to come out, or should we simply just make a reaction video of just watching it the way it is raw, and how is that going to affect the viewer experience?
Well, essentially what we're doing is we're going back to 2010 now, and we have to wait 2 days.
Yeah. This. Oh my god, I hated those days.
Yeah.
Thank you for the hosted radio.
Waking up at 5 a.m. Well, I do that now, but like before school on a Thursday.
I did that on Saturdays.
Wait, what happened just now with the host? You said.
What?
Hosted Radio is hosting us with one viewer.
Oh, thank you so much.
Nice.
I'm surprised I didn't get any of the activity feed show up on my activity feed thing, so I'm a little bummed out by that. But thank you for the host, though. I appreciate it.
See, I'm paying attention.
Yeah, it doesn't show for me for some odd reason. I have the activity feed thinking everything's gonna show up there. Nah, I gotta look at my. See, now I see it. It says you're the media nuts now. what are you doing?
There it is.
Hey, look at that. He's doing his own separate. Well, thank you for the support.
I want to support as much as I can.
Yeah, I know, but you're here too, buddy. Oh my god. So yeah, time slot change, it's a thing, I guess. So looking forward to that. Well, we'll see how people react and shift to it when the time comes, of course. It's not going to be until a couple of weeks from now, so we'll find our answer to that in just a wee bit. So, Richie, I think you said you also wanted to take this opportunity to talk about something, the game you just recently played, if I was correct.
Oh yeah. I'll go on about it for like 2 or 3 minutes, probably 2. Basically, I recently, as early as last week, became a beta tester for obviously Crash Bandicoot on the Run. And for those of you wondering what the fuck is that, basically it's not the fourth game that's coming out on October 2nd. What it is, however, is that it's a mobile game. Now, to give you an idea of what this mobile game is, basically it's the usual Crash plot. Oh, stop Dr. Cortex and all that stuff. But what's different as far as like the gameplay is that it's not your typical platformer where you just go stage to stage and like a side scroller action type of thing, since it's mobile, or like the perspective that we're all used to. No, instead what it is that it's basically Temple Run smashed together with like those games on mobile that put emphasis on you collecting stuff so you can build stuff, so you can go to other parts of like the land and being able to go to like certain parts of the game unless you collect stuff. So it's a little mixture of that, and the gameplay elements are actually really fun. It's not just like a straight rip off of Temple Run. They actually added some variety into the gameplay that makes it seem like they actually want to put a little more. I wouldn't say it's too unique, but it's also not like a one-for-one rip-off to where it's like, oh, well, this is not original. Well, when you play it when it comes out to the public, it will be. But the one last thing I'll say, because there's really not much to say, because again, I've literally just got the game today. Yeah, so it's basically like Subway Surfers. It's something like that. But anyways, the last comment I'll provide on it real quick, because again, there's really not much to say about it, is that they do a very good job of like. Because the game is made by King, and for those of you wondering what other games King has made, well, Candy Crush. Those are the same guys.
Ooh. Yeah, so fuck them. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, fuck them around the pussy. Anyways.
Oh gosh.
But anyways, so basically, I was a little bit concerned with how like they were going to be able to, because normally game companies, when they have like certain IPs that people are like, oh, I don't know how they would treat them. So far, they've actually treated the IP pretty good. Like they're doing like, the sound effects are just as what you expect to hear from a Crash game. The music sounds really good. They added in a couple of remixes in of their own, but of course, they have to add in some new tracks, which is fine. But if you make it to the nature of what Crash is all about, then that's something I can really appreciate. So as far as like how King, the company, is handling this mobile game, as far as like being faithful to what really made Crash Bandicoot good and why it's like this popular icon among the video game industry, it did a very good job, and I'm very pleased with how it is so far. Now, like I said, there's really not much to say because again, this is only day one, and I'm sure they'll add more stuff to the beta. And since I'm under an NDA, I can't really expose of what specifically, but all I could tell you is that when it does come out to the public, I think people will have a very good time with the game and give themselves a reason of why, if you play Crash, you'll love this one. But if not, it'll give you a chance to at least have some sort of experience as to why the franchise is good. So overall, it's a good game. I can't wait to test out even further. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. And as Donnie put it here, it's the agitated shiny gazelle bee couch.
Now, since I see Donnie here bringing up about Genshin Impact, I've been hearing things about that game. I'm intrigued to see how it'll actually turn out. Hopefully, it lives up to the hype that it's been built up for so long now, and I'm curious if it'll be any good by the time it launches.
Donnie, the question I have for you real quick, and obviously I'm not going to ask you for what's happening during that game because I assume the question is more so of, are you also under an NDA? Yeah, non-disclosing agreement. So I wonder if he's under that too.
Yeah, when I was given the opportunity to also play Mario Kart Tour back when it was in the beta process, they also said you couldn't like show off footage, you couldn't do any of that stuff. You just had to simply talk about it, which I thought was pretty dumb.
I just wasn't sure. I thought I asked.
Yeah, so some companies will always let you know exactly how one approaches the beta, because at the end of the day, the beta is supposed to be just between you and the developer.
Exactly. He wasn't. Oh,
what the hell? Really?
It's really cool.
He said no.
Okay. Really? It might be just one of those betas that's just like, okay, be the first to be invited for this, and You can get a chance to play it. It reminds me of like the Smash Brothers thing when that beta came out.
Sonic 30th?
Yeah, Sonic came out with a brand new logo recently for Sonic.
Yes, it looks really good. It looks really, really good. Before going into Sonic 30th, though, just to kind of go off of what you were saying, Richie, where as someone who's also very familiar with the Crash franchise, when I heard about this game, I was really excited to see their take on like Crash Bandicoot in an endless runner / island builder type of game, because those are the type of games that you're talking about. Games similar to that.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, like Subway Surfer and Temple Run and Sonic Dash and all that stuff. KG mentioned Mario Run, except the difference with that is that Mario Run is 2D, where this is more 3D. I'm intrigued to see how they're going to do it, because from the way you explain it. So what I'm imagining is, if you're allowed to say it or not, like I know you're under NDA, so if you're not allowed to say it, don't. But what I'm imagining it is like each level you play, like leads to you gaining more things that helps you build up the rest of the Wampa Islands, thus giving you more areas to continue to run and play levels in, I'm guessing. And also characters, like I'm guessing collectibles like Wampa Fruit or maybe Aku Aku or Uka Uka masks, for example.
Those I can talk about because it doesn't really spoil the game. So here, I'll explain it before we get to the Sonic thing, because I'm sure there's people that want us to talk about it.
I am a massive Sonic fan, so yes.
Oh yeah, of course. So I just want to give time to Sonic. But anyways, to answer your questions, number one, no, it's not. It's not spoiler for me to say, or NDA breaking for me to say, that the way that you collect the Aku Aku masks is literally the same exact way like you do in the game, where you literally just run up to it, and then there you go. You hit the box, and then you get the mask. You get all free, and then you go into invincibility for like a few seconds. It's literally the same exact shit, but except it's in Temple Run format. Like there's really nothing for. NDA is like, there's certain things you can talk about, but just nothing that's too spoileristic as they were putting it.
What I'm imagining it is when it comes to gameplay style and also just how it works. I'm imagining it's going to be very similar to that of like Sonic Dash or Sonic Forces, the racing
Sonic
one.
Forces.
I'm imagining that where you can play like different characters from the Crash franchise, each with their own abilities and like personalities and all that.
What I can't say for that is I don't think like I said, this is only day one for me, so I haven't gotten too far to that. The only other person you can do that with is Coco, which like I said, is really not that much of a spoiler to say, because in the Insane Trilogy and in the upcoming Crash 4 game, you're going to be playing like more characters than just Crash anyways.
Exactly,
So, but what I can say real quick for the gameplay mechanic, as far as like collecting this stuff, yes, you do collect stuff to build things, although I can't say exactly what.
Of course.
So like that, I can't tell you, but you are correct in the sense that you collect these things during the levels, and when you collect enough, you're able to build like certain things, and that'll help you with your progression of the game and into the story. So that's all I can tell you as far as that. I just can't be too specific on what.
That's fine.
Yeah. So that's it.
Okay, time to talk about Sonic.
Yep, Sonic time.
All right.
I love the logo. It's amazing.
I think from what we gathered for Sonic so far is, let me actually show this off real quick. So Sonic's 30th anniversary is obviously a thing many fans are looking forward to, because technically this year was supposed to have been the year where Sonic was intended to reveal a lot of things on the 22nd, I think it was, or some day of that sort, of every month. And at the beginning, it was looking to head into that direction. However, one of the most unfortunate things that happened, of course, as everybody would know and expect, the Backstreet Boys concert has occurred. And unfortunately, as we call it, the Backstreet Boys concert, it came. It decided to mess everyone's days up, and it was very, very unfortunate.
And Israel's buying more tickets, which doesn't help either.
Yeah.
Sorry for them.
So
all right.
So what happens now is, I assume that that now they're going to attempt to try to do things right with Sonic's 30th anniversary. And
That looks
so
really
far,
good.
what we got here, as you can see, is the 30th anniversary logo for Sonic the Hedgehog. Which, by the way, I must say, this is genuinely cool looking. It took me a while to realize that the 0 is supposed to be his feet spinning in rapid speed, like in the Advanced series and other games as well, you know.
Looks really nice.
Yes.
Well, I mean, in the cartoon series in the 90s.
Yeah, so this genuinely is a very, very clean looking logo. I think this does wonders to celebrate Sonic's 30th anniversary. I believe it's going to be for next year, if I'm correct.
Yes, 91.
Okay, so that makes sense then, yeah. So we're celebrating this year with Mario. Next year is going to be Sonic and Zelda, because I believe Zelda is also going to be celebrating its 35th anniversary as well.
That's right, 1986.
And go on. Wait, I think you just said 1986, right?
Yes, 1986.
Yeah. Okay, so there we go. Another thing as well is, since I also talked a little bit about Zelda just now, The Legend of Zelda had just recently got an announcement completely out of nowhere for one of the upcoming video games out there, The Legend of Zelda Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, if I'm correct. I think that's what it was called.
That's right.
Yes, that's right.
It is a prequel to the event of what occurred in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, taking place 100 years ago. I'm going to say this right now. That game is going to make me cry so hard.
I feel like it is, yeah.
If you've played Breath of the Wild and you've seen the entire stories and memories, you'll understand how everything kind of goes down. And even if you never played it, you already know just from the basis of the storyline alone, where Link wakes up 100 years into the present timeline, you learn that he lost. He didn't win that fight long ago. So, here's my theory. Listen, if they do this, this is going to be the first Legend of Zelda game, which I think is going to have the darkest ending in any franchise. Well, in any game from this franchise, I should say. Because I think the last mission for the Legend of Zelda's Age of Calamity game is going to be objective survive. I think they're going to make you play as the Guardians for the final mission, and you kill all the champions with your own two hands.
Oh, God.
I think that's what they're going to do. Me personally, I feel like that's what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to go down, but if they do that route, boy, I'm going to cry. Yeah, Robzo, you're correct, though. Xenoblade Chronicles second DLC with Torna, that replicated that because it was a prequel to the events of what occurred in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And boy, that was a rough ending if you've played the main basis Xenoblade Chronicles 2 game itself. So, if that's what they're going to go with, man, that's going to hurt a lot, because basically Link's going to see all his comrades die. Zelda's going to get herself entrapped by whatever attack that she's doing to prevent Calamity Ganon from striking onto Link and the other heroes. You know, this is going to be a tragic story. So I'm excited for the story aspect, and the animation for the game looks super nice. I mean, it's clearly reminiscent of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Just the game itself, like visually, if you look at it, you can't tell the two apart. Aside from when you start seeing the gameplay, of course, but like from the cutscenes itself, it just feels right and spot on to the original Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild game. And I think this is brilliant marketing right here, because you know The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, the sequel, is also going to tie into everything that happened within these two games. And I'm super excited. I can't wait for this game.
This trilogy is looking to be something very interesting and definitely something very new within the Zelda franchise. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people are looking forward to. Before I continue with a few things about Sonic, I do want to say when it comes to Zelda, like you said, KG, super excited to see what they do with the story. I think it is going to be very sad, very morbid.
Yeah.
But one thing gameplay wise that I'm very curious of is, because it's Hyrule Warriors, I'm wondering, aside from how they handle story, which the original Hyrule Warriors did fantastically, in my opinion, but I'm curious to see how they're going to work it out when it comes to the playable characters, of whether or not they're going, because it seems like this is going to be canon to the Breath of the Wild universe. Are we simply going to only have Breath of the Wild characters, or are we going to somehow be able to, like the original Hyrule Warriors, have a situation where other timelines and universes are all coinciding into one, and you see characters like Impa and Skull Kid and other members show up again. It's interesting to see how they're going to handle that.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I think there's a lot of potential for what they could pull off with this game, and hopefully it's a good one, man. So what was it that you wanted to talk about in particular for Sonic, though? I'm curious about that.
Well, oh yeah, no. Where mainly when it comes to Sonic is just like similar to what you were saying prior, of like how they were just trying to build up, and with everything that happened with the Backstreet Boys and just kind of like going downhill. It definitely feels like they're ramping up for something big. Now, in recent Sonic years, we all know that there's been people looking forward for big projects, and then some of those projects are either really good or subpar.
And then maybe the 30th
Say
live
the
stream will not
nicest
have
way.
maybe the 30th live stream will not have a problem. What's that?
Yeah.
That's the sound of 25 years of Sonic. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, it's
I still have the clip on my
massive-
Twitter, by the way. That was funny.
Yeah. No, as a massive Sonic fan, like specifically this year for me has definitely been a massive year. Aside from Pokemon and Kingdom Hearts, this year has mainly been a year of Sonic for me, just because like with the movie coming out, and that was a big deal, and then the rebirth of the comics and the way that they've been handling the storytelling there, which is phenomenal. If people haven't read it, I recommend it. And then just a lot of hype coming up from what could possibly be whatever projects they are. I noticed that there definitely seems to be a lot of hype around different theories, whether it's going to be especially now that Mario did it, because a lot of people saying how maybe it's going to be remasters of original Sonic games, or like the adventure games or something, or we probably get a new Sonic game that finally focuses mainly on modern Sonic, instead of always trying to rehash in classic Sonic for whatever reason. But it's interesting.
Maybe Sonic Adventure 3. Come on, Sega, let's do it.
See. We'll see. And that would be really cool. I would be down. I don't know if that's what's gonna be. What I will say though, mainly because there's definitely a few things that I feel, and I'm not going to get too deep into this because again, this is the PokePod, not the Sonic Pod. But
listen, we had the TSS Tech Talk for a reason.
Yeah. Where it's just there's definitely a lot of things storytelling wise and just gameplay wise that they could do for a new Sonic game that could make it exciting, that I don't think enough people realize. Hey, we have a lot of world that is built already with the history of Sonic that we haven't truly utilized to the fullest, because there's still a lot of story aspects that we need to kind of like explore. Certain things like Knuckles' ancestry and why he's the guardian of the Master Emerald and how that leads up to it, or what happened to Infinite at the end of Sonic Forces. He just went away. He's not dead. He's not gone. He just escaped. Similar situations of why is Silver still around when he's from the future, stuff like that.
Chicken flour.
Other characters as well. Shadow being a member of Gun. That's a big thing that we haven't really explored too much of, that we probably could in some way, but because with everything that happened with 06 and the whole focus that the Sonic team has been having, where it's like, oh, we should only keep the focus on Sonic, and it's like, yeah, but you can only do that for so long. This is a world. Yeah. That's one of the high points of Sonic Forces, actually, that I personally appreciate, that they tried bringing purpose to some of these characters again in different aspects. That though some of them were not so good, sorry, Tails, but others like Knuckles and Amy and others, they did a really good job with. And I would really like to see what they do with that. Not just, okay, Sonic is Sonic. We know who Sonic is. We know what his abilities are going forward. Let's see what happens now with the world of Sonic. Because when looking at the rivalry between Sonic and Mario, Mario is the very fun, gameplay-heavy game that we go for a fun time. So yeah, for platforming and adventure and all that stuff. Sonic definitely feels more like the not too lore heavy, but enough lore to carry an interesting story that makes us care about the characters. That's something that I feel like they should really put more focus on that they haven't, because I feel like Sega and Sonic Team have been so scared and thinking, oh, let's kind of look over what Mario is doing. And it's like, no, you don't have to do that. Do something interesting. You have a world that is so beautifully done and so fresh. And characters, no matter what memes you could come up with, such a diverse set of characters that you can do anything with. That if you do that, whether or not it succeeds, it'll at least get people's attention. And I think, yeah, and tying it back to Pokemon in a sense, look what they did with Pokemon Sun and Moon. People started off not very happy with it, and then people started getting used to it, and it's like, you know what? Maybe that should kind of be a route where let's do something. Let's do something big. Let's do something exciting and different that brings a bit more attention back to it. Because Sonic is Sonic. He's the only other character aside from Crash that rivals Mario, and it's for a reason. So, like, let's try to bring that back, I guess. I don't know.
We're fine.
Right.
We're fine his faults, I guess. You know.
Basically, yeah.
This thing. Here we go. Now I sound a little bit better here. I don't know why, but my audio was quiet there.
Okay. Alrighty.
All right, then. So, folks, that's usually how we tend to wrap things up for hour one, of course. We always like to just chit-chat away. You ended off on, like, the perfect timing, by the way, there, buddy. Because, like, you finished your Sonic talk right as we're about to shift into hour two. So, hour two is when we begin to get into our discussion for the review for the recent episode of the series. Hey! And also, I'm curious what the hell was going on.
Oh my!
Yeah. See for yourself.
A new challenger.
Wait, what?
A new challenger has arrived.
Why?
What?
Oh, I forgot. You guys are not in that one. Hold on. Let me fix that.
You remember what we said?
Know, I was just trying to transition.
Okay. Fucking put that on.
I was just wanting to transition nicely. We were going to have a nice start to just the pod. You know, we're going to go into hour two. And then Polly comes in and just swiftly hits me with this shit, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Karen Prestige.
Hey,
buddy, can I speak to the manager?
The manager.
Polly, you have so much of my respect right now.
And she's still doing her homework, so blame her now.
This is my homework.
If you're able to do this, why aren't you doing your homework?
Because
No, guys, this is her homework.
Okay,
yes, this is the homework.
You get an A+.
You got an A+ on your creativity. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is though, now Karen Prestige is officially the people of Walmart.
Ah, shit! I have now become the people of Walmart, guys. Walmart sponsor me now, damn it.
Your face mask.
Oh yeah, where's my mask? No, that is totally a Karen thing, though. I would not.
Karen didn't wear this.
Karens always do that.
Because you gotta protect God's majestic breathing system, right?
Oh God! No. It's what was it? No. It's what the fuck was it? It was I think it was Glory's breathing system.
Oh my
or
god.
something, or something that somebody made a song out of that.
It's something like that, yeah. But
All
you
right,
get
then with
the point.
that beautiful image now synced into our heads and forever scarring me for the rest of my life.
You need to make this as you do. You need to make this as you do Discord.
The other thing is Ruby doesn't have a shoulder, so
No. See, my Karen levitates these bags with ease. I'm also psychic for some reason.
Leviosa.
There's a reason Ruby's pink. Ruby's secretly a psychic.
Taco Bell.
I'm at the KFC.
You lost me there.
I'm at the Pizza Hut. I'm at the Taco Bell. I'm at the combination KFC and Taco Bell.
Excuse me. My name is Karen Prestige, and I would like to speak to the manager. Thank you.
I'll give you
the jackass on all four.
Oh my god. Alright. Now with that said, you guys are ready to hop into the review?
All right, 8 FPS Pokeball, get us the fuck out.
Yeah, get us away from the Karens.
Yeah, get us away from the shit.
All right then. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us now talk about the recent episode of Sun and Moon.
Yeah, the one.
Finally, after for some odd reason, Sun and Moon went away for like a year. We don't know why. There was no explanation. The animators never came out and said why we never got a new episode. They just sort of ended the show at 146. But they came out with a brand new episode this week, so it only felt appropriate to go and talk about it. Now, the thing is, though, I unfortunately will not be talking about it first because I want to save my thoughts for last, and it only feels appropriate to have everybody else here gone before I do, because I know being the number one certified Sun and Moon stan out there in the entire global world here, it only feels appropriate to save my thoughts for last, only because I have 2 reviews in particular for this episode that I'm going to share with you guys. So I'm going to let everybody else here take their opportunity to go and talk about it, and let's see what they have to say. So, Polly, it's been about an hour. I did remember stating before that if you wanted to, you could have watched the episode and, share your thoughts about what you think of it.
Yeah, go for it. Sure, I watched the episode.
Perfect. Then please let me hear your thoughts. I'm very curious about this.
I thought it was, an Alola comeback episode, and it was
stuff happened.
Yes.
Yes.
Great, and
with those characters,
stuff happened. Didn't matter.
Had some significant development, and hey, look, it's Gengar. Haven't seen him in a while. No, okay, I'll be serious now. From what I saw raw, obviously I didn't get a lot of the little dialogue from the few clips I've seen on Twitter, but I love this episode. I think with what I was actually saying on Twitter, I think it's a solid episode. I wouldn't, even though I love the Sun and Moon series, I personally wouldn't go as far to say that it's the absolute best episode we've had so far. But I'm going to let Alola fans have their fun if they did enjoy it. Like everyone else so far, I think they did kind of cram everything in. I think it really should have been evenly paced. Into an arc.
And Lola didn't pay their fucking light bill. That's why there's a fucking blank image.
I thought
blank image there, isn't there?
Yeah, I thought the animation. I thought the characters looked beautiful in the art style. Somebody did. I think it might have been Ben who did a comparison between. I think it was an image of Ash and Mallow in Sun and Moon, and Ash and Mallow in this style, and you could see a little bit where their eyes are a little bit bigger and round.
Ash feels fitting now too, as well.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm a huge stickler for the music, so it was nice hearing the lovely Mr. Shinji Miyazaki's Sun and Moon.
Oh, hell to go!
Especially the Iki Town remix. When Ash was saying hello to Baby Lay, that was a nice little touch. Nice little,
my heart.
New protagonist.
Affectionate tune to go with the tone of the scene. There was one last thing I wanted to say. Oh, I completely missed Team Rocket's Pokemon. There's one thing, and I'm like, as a Rocket fan, I am ashamed of myself. It just went by so quickly.
Well, to be fair, it was, and I think this episode is best described as blink and you'll miss it kind of thing. So I don't feel bad for people who missed it, because I've seen a lot of tweets of people saying, "Wait, what? Team Rocket's Pokemon were there?"
Yeah, that and Tapu Koko. I thought it was Tapu Koko though at the end.
That's cool.
It would have been nice.
Something else I wanted to say, and I forgot.
That would have been cool.
Oh, regarding the interactions with Ash's Pokemon, I know these are supposed to be like general, off the top of my head thoughts, but a lot of people are saying, okay, they wanted to see more interactions with the new gang, the old gang, besides that one shot of them all eating. I definitely agree, and I want to kind of compare it to the more entertaining moments that we've had in previous seasons. I'm like, the top of my head, the first thing that comes to mind is actually the Best Wishes. When reunion, when Dawn comes back, and it's like Piplup and Oshawott have that thing going on with was it Baniri? They're trying to get
That was
Baniri's
Meloetta.
Oh, Meloetta, right. But Baniri's there, but so I thought that was entertaining. I think if this had been evenly spread into like 3 or so episodes, even 2, they could have done more little stuff like that. But I'll let you guys take the reins. Obviously, there's I loved everything, the baby Ash and of course Go stuff, and it was nice seeing everybody again. So yeah, those are my thoughts.
Well, thank you for sharing on that. So, I guess now, if I would like TSS, I'd like for you to go into the next one for reviewing their take on the episode, if you want to, of course.
Okay, I will gladly oblige to that. Okay, so first of all, the people that are rating this a 10, they've been having too much of their Lowland cocaine. It is not a 10 episode. It is not a 10 episode. It's an excellent episode. Some people say, "Oh, it's the best episode of Journeys." No, it's not. That belongs to the
9.9.
That belongs to the Bisquez. That belongs to the Bisquez one, because the Bisquez one actually freaking does a better emotional, like kind of roller coaster emotions and callback correctly. Now, with that being said, I like the whole thing that we found out that Koharu's Wanpachi has freaking pickup, and you have the leaf stone that it picks up, and then Go says, "Oh, I have an idea." As it sees Execute walk by, and it's like, "Oh, I'm going to involve it into Executor," Nashi, all that stuff, and then that in turn inspires Satoshi to say, "Okay, you never seen a Alolan Executor?" And it's like, "Oh, it's this big," and it's like, "Okay, all right, let's go to Alola."
Jesus Christ.
yeah, the man versus the man he didn't want to talk to you about. But yeah, they get on a plane, they go to Alola. Satoshi, being Satoshi, just fucking runs to Kukui in his freaking Jeep and leaves Go behind, and Go freaking grills him for that. I like that. I did like I said, the Miyazaki music and the Hayashi music, they played it equally. Hearing the Poke Problem one again and the intro again, that's fantastic. I loved it. They did it right, and plus, well, I mean for a Lola callback episode, they did it right. But then again, though, as Tyrone has stated to me, it's very hard to fuck something like this up when you only did it a year ago. Hisashi booty my ass. Only been away for 1 year. Like, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, then you already know that it's 1 year. So it's re. It's rei. It's not lei, because lei would be rei. No, this is rei. It's rei.
Yeah, even Ash and Serena on Twitter was also kind of conflicted by that decision as well. Which I guess we'll get a concrete answer to that sometime later down the road or something. I don't know what they're going to do.
Right.
Next time on
So then you have
PokePod Z.
Then you have the Pyukumuku thing, and punching Raboot in the face is fucking funny.
Oh, that was.
Then we hear a Marina Aichel say "nice" for the first time in like fucking 12 episodes or something.
You would think that because they already had that nice recorded somewhere before, they would have thrown this in other
No,
episodes.
because I think it's just that she records her lines
new
live. No, yeah. They gotta pay her money.
Just to say nice again and again and again.
Yeah, nice, yeah. Because I thought that's like it's like that's like what is it? Let's see. It's atarashiku zukan ni toroku saremasu. She has to say that every single time.
Sheesh.
That's what it is. Also, that right there, the Sudan freaking fishing go out of the river, that was amazing. I like that, especially it was in the preview, but now to see like freaking Nagisa, just to see all the Alola Gang's Pokemon is great. Like I said, Sun and Moon is still the second worst series for me, but at least they did it right here. I hope they will treat Masato and freaking Haruka the same way, because we need Kaori back. Need to do the same thing in Hoenn. Just saying.
Yeah.
Also, as for the battle now, Kiawe mistakens Go as Satoshi's rival, and that's kind of what enables him to freaking want to battle him, which I liked. I mean, I like that whole kind of thing because it's kind of inciting incident, right?
Yeah.
So, but the only thing I could say is because of that battle. First of all, we get in the middle of the battle.
Oh, thank you, Tyrone. By the way.
So,
hey, Tyrone.
Hi, Tyrone.
Hello, Tyrone.
Yay! Tyrone resubscribed. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
So, what we have, so then what ends up happening is, so we ended up getting like Bakugamitsu and Reboot freaking going up together. But the thing is, though, I should have known that when Kiawe's going to do the Z move, there's going to have Marowak move him out of the way. I would have liked that if that pan wouldn't have or that if that camera cut wouldn't have happened, and then Kiawe just launches the Z move, and then Tapu Koko just comes and grabs him. That would have made the episode a 9 for me, but it's not. It's 8.75. Now it's an 8.75 because they did things right. The callbacks were there, the pacing was okay. So for me, it was an excellent episode. Also to think about another thing I wanted to say. We actually see, I think by accident, Pokedex the Rotom Pokedex's type, which is a single electric.
Instead of
so it's mono electric,
ghost, right?
Yeah, so it's a mono electric. So we know that, we have that confirmed.
Also, it's confirmed to be useless, as stated by the deck.
I agree with that.
It's like, that's its only feature.
No, don't you realize he could also record voices and change voices?
Yeah, that's why the deck scolded the other deck.
And of course, we have the whole Sweden reading the letter from Lily, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so she asked Gladian where her mother was, and he said that mother's back at the Aether Paradise, entering some data. Putting some data in, and I like that. That's okay. They're on a train, and the mother's back at their mother's back at the Aether Paradise. So it's nice that they actually got that in a passing reference. But also, we can probably safely say that Ishizuka did not do Incineroar's voice because it sounded very generic. It did not sound like its voice. And also, I just want to say, but Yuji Ueda does Kuwaganon or Vikavolt, and I'm just expecting one of these days, one of these episodes, you're gonna hear Yuji Ueda do like some fucking Rage Against the Machine set and like cool, fucking with that shit. I want that to happen. I want somebody to do an edit with that. So if you're not gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Cool.
Do it.
Look at that. TS is challenging you, Poke. Go, do it for us.
Let's go.
And then I'll come back. 30 minutes later and do it better.
Ah, damn! Jesus Christ! Anything you can do, I can do better.
Anything you can do, I can do better. Anything I can do better than you.
Oh,
no, you can't.
Look at that sync, actually. Finally, someone actually synced in with TSS in one of the songs. That felt great, man.
Yeah.
I have sound pools. Okay. I want that
conversations of our musical stuff.
Yes. But what I really did appreciate, just to wrap things up here, they left. They just went back. They went back to the lab. Back to the lab again.
Oh no.
After this. So we know that they're not going to be done with the Lola. Like, 100%. There's no fucking way that they're going to be done. They are going to have another open thing, and they're going to be traveling back, probably for missions or whatever. And you know what? Like I said, I hate Sun and Moon, but this episode is good. Next.
All right.
Thank you.
Now, before I pass it on into our new peeps here in the call for tonight, I did also receive a review from Tyrone, since he is unfortunately unable to be present, as you guys have already been able to kind of note to that. Chat.
Here?
A little less surprised. Now you're reading the letter from.
Yeah, so Tyrone here has sent me his review, and he would like for me to read it for all of you guys. So I'll try to do my best to mimic his voice, so it could be possible that you get an idea that Tyrone is here. Okay.
All right, everyone, quick! Do quick flashback noise.
No, but yeah, so I'll do what I can to try to get Tyrone's voice to match. And hey, Salt, how you doing, buddy? All right, so you guys ready?
Just in time.
All right, here we go. Pokemon Journeys episode 37 review by Tyrone. KG, please, if you read everything here on my opinions of Pokemon Journeys episode 37, aka Pokemon Sun and Moon episode 147, yes, even read the beginning sentence and this one explaining it. I stayed up till 5 a.m. to watch this, and even without subs, I feel the episode did a really great job melding Go into the realm of Sun and Moon. Ash actually is the one that rarely interacts with the cast, mainly because, like Polly stated before the pod a few days ago, Ash's journey here is already over. Watching the episode with that mindset actually gave me a better visual point of view, and standards weren't as high. That being said, I know that the anticipation for this episode mostly falls on the eyes of not just the fans of the series, but mainly the fans of the previous series, Sun and Moon. Having Ash be reintroduced to his Alolan team and the new member of Kukui's family in the form of Baby Ray, yes, and he wrote it as R-E-I, not L-E-I, just to clarify in that part. So good job, Tyrone, on that. While Go is introduced to Ash's old friends is a great use of dual narrative, blending the old with the new. For this episode, it's hard for me to rank it with the others, cause here I'm not ranking a Journeys episode per se, but an extension of Sun and Moon's story, just adding Go. And in that regards, this is the best callback episode Pokemon's ever had. I'm not even a Sun and Moon fan, but I can say without a doubt the treatment here, given the show's runtime of 24 minutes, was well represented, a bit with a rather haphazard goodbye. Even watching it subbed, I see the small attention to details that made this a great episode to watch if you're familiar with Sun and Moon's dynamic. Things like Lana fishing up Go, Ash and Go chasing Grubbin, and Team Rocket's Mons making a cameo are perfect touches that help drive home that the audience is getting the Alola experience. Only small issue I had was the one that TSS brought up when Go battles Kiawe, and it's Marowak saving Go/Reboot instead of the obvious and more narratively fitting Tapu Koko. Now, I will also say that the tie into this plot, that being the hunt for Executor, while being a weak one, does make some sense considering that the last and most frequent time Ash saw one, it was in its Alolan variant form. So, naturally, he would bring it up. I like this episode, but I notice people saying it's the best episode, which I do find false. It is a great callback episode. Granted, it's a callback for a series that ended less than a year ago, but mostly good for those who have watched Sun and Moon. But to say that it is the best is a bit of an overstatement. On its own, with no context of what Sun and Moon is, this is a nice episode at best. And for those expecting a X and Y versus Sun and Moon style rant, you are not getting it out of me. TSS and I both agreed this episode was good, and we both aren't even Sun and Moon fans. And as an X and Y fan, while I love X and Y, doesn't mean I don't know when a callback episode is well written. My only gripe is I wish XY got the same treatment when Ash went to Kalos.
Yes.
But we're comparing a show that ended less than a year ago to one that ended almost 4 years ago.
Mandatory complaint.
So, of course, Sun and Moon would remember things a little bit better. Overall, an 8 out of 10 as an episode, and 10 out of 10 for the fans of Sun and Moon and callbacks. Also, Pyukumuku beating the shit out of Reboot is hilarious. And there's I actually changed the beating the shit out of Rabu from the punching that he just wrote, but I just wanted to add that just for extra humor there. I think Tyrone
That was a horrible impression. There's no, hey, what's up, guys? It's Tyrone the God 3
I think
here.
I did a pretty good Tyrone impression. I know what you're saying, man.
Yeah, where's the intro?
Tyrone didn't write one here. If he had wrote one, then maybe it would have been.
Dang.
Maybe.
Dang.
Very good, Tyrone.
Yeah, so thank you, Tyrone, for your review. Actually, that was pretty well written. I like that.
Yes.
Okay, so Tyrone wasn't here personally in
here
person
in
at all, but I think his review hopefully managed to get across to people. Now, of course, we got some 2 new peeps into the call. So, Richie, I know you said you want to save your thoughts a little bit later, so
yeah,
I'll keep yours until then.
I have a little more
So let's get some of the new peeps into the mix here. Of course, let's begin with you, Media Nut. I'm curious to hear your take on this week's episode of Sun and Moon / Journeys.
Oh, wait. So, first off, I'm confused. What are you guys talking about, Journeys? I've never heard of that show. I thought this was us reviewing a new episode of Sun and Moon.
I wish I...
I'm confused.
My mind has been boggled.
The thing is though, we didn't buy enough cocaine and uppers to sustain a Sun and Moon episode.
Wait. You know what? No, you know what? You got what? Okay, so, no.
Digitally imported. Go.
Who's Go? Who's this professor guy? Why does Ash have new clothes? Why does he actually look like a character instead of a Play-Doh? There's a lot of things that I'm very confused about.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you that one. I will totally give you that one right there.
Hey, listen, the new man is making his mark. I like it.
Yeah, okay.
I like it.
I'll give you that, man. I will legitimately give you that. That was actually really good.
I've said this already at the beginning of the stream. I'll say it again. It's been my dream to be on this podcast, so I'm gonna make a statement. But no. Okay, getting seriously into it for a sec. What I will say is fantastic episode. I loved it, and similar to Tyrone, I'm not exactly a Sun and Moon stan or anything. I started off very similar to how a lot of fans did, where I started off Sun and Moon not liking it. Then as time passed, I'm like, okay, this is cool, or this episode was nice, or I like this moment, until the League, where it's like, okay, this is awesome, this is great, and all. So it's very new. So me, I'm very neutral with Sun and Moon. But with that said, this episode might have been one of the most wholesome things I've seen in the past few episodes of Pokemon as of this point. I loved every minute of it. First, I'm gonna go with the very obvious bias with Sun and Moon of the whole callbacks and everything. I love the attention to detail. You guys mentioned things like obviously Lana catching Go. Them trying to catch Grubbin, seeing Team Rocket's Pokemon. One thing I'd noticed that not enough people have talked about actually was that nice little moment where Ash and Go stopped at the beach. Very similar to how other moments like Ash with himself during his first few days of being Alola, and again with Brock and Misty in front of Kukui's house, where they stop at the beach. And they look out into the beach. They look out into the ocean. And it's like, yeah, I love Alola. I love the feeling of Alola, and blah blah blah. Just very much. Alola is definitely very special, at least within the universe of the anime, and I love how they continue that. Obviously, one thing you guys should know about me: I am such a sucker for sappiness, and this episode was full of it. The interactions with Ash meeting up with Papa Kukui, him just being like, "My son, you have returned," and he puts his head, and I'm like, "Dad, I'm home," and I'm like, and then going to the house and seeing Mama Burnett, and she's like, "Welcome back, son," and I'm here, Mom, and then Delia in the background would be like, "What about me? I'm here, Mom," and freaking them introducing them to his new little baby brother. And just that interaction with it, and then freaking him interacting with Rotom deck, seeing each other again. It's like, oh, I felt that. I felt the excitement both of them felt. Then Go and Ash meeting up with all the friends, with Lana, Malo, Kiawe, just hanging out. And then, okay, I guess Sophocles was there. And then they just...
That boy, no love.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm sorry. Sophocles continues to be the most useless character in my opinion. I'm sorry. But besides that, no. But jokes aside, it was phenomenal. It was so cute, so fun. I love the character progression of Go because I don't remember who was it said. I don't know if it was Poly or TSS, but yeah, like the whole aspect of or Tyrone, where because this is Ash coming back, his journey in Alola is technically over already. So then the character development for the episode really goes more towards Go, which I thought was very smart. Him interacting with the characters and all that, and like seeing his kind of Kiawe being the interesting kind of bridge of like, hey, this is kind of like a test in a sense to see like, hey, we were companions of Ash and now you're the current companion of Ash. We're kind of giving you like a bit of a rite of passage since we were his most recent companions. And I find that very interesting and very cool. I feel like certain people, I'm not going to name names, I feel like certain anti-PokeTubers will relish the idea of Go getting his butt whooped by Kiawe, and I'm like, okay, yeah, let's see that. I also felt like when I first saw the episode, the Shadow saving Go, I also thought it was Tapu Koko. In the end, it was Marowak, and I'm like, okay, it makes sense, sure, why not? Everything was just so fun and cute and wonderful, and I'm pretty sure the place where they caught Alolan Executor was the what was it called? Paradise Island? I think that's the name.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Treasure Island.
Treasure Island.
Takarajima.
Treasure Island.
Takarajima.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's where they went. Very much hinted with the fact that number one, that's the only other place aside from the Pokemon School where you see Alolan Executor during the anime, and also the fact that they're all in their bathing suits kind of give you the idea that very similar to what they did with Misty when they went like Mantine surfing and stuff. I also share the same feelings of just, I felt like the goodbye was just very rushed. They're just suddenly back in the lab, but very similar to what TSS said, I think it's very obvious. We're going back to Alola. We're going to see these characters again. And actually, I do have a few theories for certain storylines within episodes like that could be very interesting, specifically with like certain characters like Lily and Gladion, where one thing that I wanted to point out is the fact that they're on a train. At first glance, it's just like, okay, cool, they're on a train. We don't know where they are. But then you kind of think about it, I'm like, wait a minute. What other region seems to really focus on trains, and what region in a very soon-to-be-coming DLC will reintroduce Ultra Beasts, which are connected, if I remember correctly, with Mon's disappearance. So I'm wondering, what's the possibilities of maybe somehow, some way, the Crown Tundra maybe might be connected to how Lily and Gladion find Mon. Maybe. I could be wrong. It could be another place, but it's just a thought that came to my head. I think we could all agree. I really want to see a babysitting episode. I'm sorry.
Wholeheartedly, 110%.
Wholeheartedly, yeah.
And of course they're gonna. Then of course it just seems right that they're gonna do that crap.
Yeah, Burnett's got to be like, listen, we got to go to the Aid of Paradise. We have nobody to call. Yeah. Get your ass from Kent all the way back here to Alola and just watch your little brother for
got it. It's like somebody saying, oh, by the way, go fly out from LA to Hawaii real fast.
Exactly.
Man, I ain't doing that. I mean, I probably would, but
it's really interesting how much I love this episode, especially due to the fact that like one of my main gripes with Sun and Moon itself was the fact that I felt like, obviously because it was so different from other seasons and series of Pokemon, I like slice of life, but I felt like there was way too much. But at the same time, when I came back to it, there was just all that love, all that special feeling. And I'm like, dang, I feel that. That's so wonderful. That's so sweet. I felt so happy seeing all the Pokemon, all the characters. And I feel like this really gives me the sense of, dang, this is what I really would have liked with Sun and Moon, of just kind of a combination of what we're used to with the Pokemon formula, but also having maybe, I think what it is the original formula had small snippets of slice of life, where in reality, maybe more of a blend of 50-50 of the typical Pokemon traveling and half of that focus also being on slice of life would have made it feel much more heartwarming, maybe. That could be, I could totally be wrong.
To answer Robzo's question, no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because apparently, I guess, well, I don't know, the drug guy tended not to be there today.
Yeah,
he just happened to just be hidden
not
somewhere.
Yeah, it was his day off.
I also was not a fan of the freaking drug faces. Again, freaking Ash being a piece of Play-Doh, but
or turning into fucking Picasso or some shit.
Yes, exactly. Or him being a JoJo reference. But
a statue.
But no, yeah, I just thought it was very well done. It was all very wonderful, very cute. My only gripes with the episode really were just the reasons they went to Alola and the very out of nowhere goodbye. I think those are my only two gripes. I would have liked more of a reason than just, hey, there's an Alolan Executor, let's go see it. And I'm like, if that's the case, you should have just caught more Alolan Pokemon, not just a freaking Executor. But that is what it is. It would have been really nice to see. Oh, minor nitpick, but I know it's not too big of a deal. When is Go gonna freaking find out he's a champion? I would have really liked that, but I know that's probably
too early. Way too early.
Yeah, I think they're saving it for like a key moment in the series when it's going to mean something to push the narrative.
Actually,
I just want to let this thing Ash as a champion until the masses and until they give Ash 10.
No, you know what? No, you know what? You guys just gave me an idea. Because at least I don't know about you guys, but for me, the most obvious person to mention Ash being a champion would have been Kukui, but because Kukui didn't mention it,
advertisement.
I think another character who makes just as much sense.
Advertiser friendly content.
Yeah, which was who do you think it might be then?
Gladion.
Deku and Bakugo.
Think about it. He's the one. He's the character who Ash had to beat to become that champion. It would have made more sense. It probably makes more sense, especially because I'm pretty sure we could all agree there's definitely got to be a Lily and Gladion episode at some point. And because of that, I think it could make sense where maybe Gladion mentions it, being like, well, hello again, Alolan champion, just because that's in his competitive nature, in his personality. I think it makes sense. Maybe. Again, could totally be wrong. Maybe they never mention it. But
and then we can have Deku versus Bakugo. Fun.
Yeah, exactly.
I knew someone.
Oh my god.
I knew someone was gonna say this.
I mean, they even played the. It's funny because I'm not sure if a lot of people know this, but Ida's voice actor is the same one for Kiawe.
Yeah.
So technically, when Go and Kiawe were battling, it's funny because they played that real Hayashi, like My Hero sounding track.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, they must have done this on purpose.
Yeah, I think so. And also, when you think about it, like the first real challenge that Deku has when trying to join UA secretly was impressing Ida.
Interesting.
So
I forgot about
in this
that.
episode, Go impresses Kiawe. So maybe the next one would be something where maybe it will be something where Go and Gladion maybe clash a bit, or maybe they won't bring that up at all. But it's something interesting to look at.
It's Poke No Hero Academia.
You finally got your wish, buddy.
Yes.
It would have been really funny.
So,
I think the last thing that I could mention is about it is before moving over is just mentioning how similar to what Tyrone said. I really hope, and for anyone who's not familiar with some of the stuff that I've done on my channel or what I mentioned in some of the Discord servers, my main theory with Pokemon Journeys right now is the fact that I don't think it's a concept of who's coming back. I think it's just a concept of when someone's coming back, because I personally believe that everyone is coming back. Whether or not someone agrees with me or not, that's fine. That's my theory, though. And because of that, I think it's a no-brainer that at some point, every single companion and Pokemon that Ash has had, in some way, shape, or form, will come back. And I hope that they are treated with as much respect as this episode has given for these, especially because this is the largest cast. So then imagine this, but with other characters from a smaller cast from the Pokemon series. I think it's definitely going to be very interesting to see. So yeah, I mean everyone. Gary, Brock, Misty, May, Max, Tracy, Dawn, Silent, Iris, Serena, Clement, Bonnie, everyone. I think they're all coming back. Some way, shape, or form. It just makes too much sense to me, especially with the fact, not the fact, but the theory going around that maybe this is Ash's last journey. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. It feels that way. If it is, then it just makes sense to bring everyone back.
Alrighty. So now we'll pass this on then to our other buddy here, who's also new to the call. Goggles, I'm curious to hear your take on this episode as well. So what'd you think about it overall?
Alright. First off, if you guys know me already, anyone here, well, hopefully, anyone here knows I didn't like Sun and Moon. I'll sit here and say
let me
it
just
to me
kick you out
personally.
real quick. Hold on just a second.
Blasphemy.
I did nothing wrong though.
Don't worry, you're good. You know what? I'll spare you. Go. Give me 5 reasons why this episode was good. Just kidding. Yeah.
On us back. There was one.
All right, good enough. All right, you can continue now, buddy. you got me right then and there, pal. So what'd you think of this then overall, for real now?
Yeah, so as someone who didn't like Sun and Moon, obviously my expectation for this episode was pretty low, only because I was worried that they were going to do a heavy load of Sun and Moon references, kind of like all like over the wall type references. I was actually enjoying this episode. Like, I'll be honest, I'll sit here and say this is a better episode of Sun and Moon than all of Sun and Moon. I'll say that right now. I like the moments we got in this episode where Ash goes to Alola and sees Kukui. I like that moment. Like, I will admit, I did enjoy the Ash and Kukui father-son relationship they had in the dynamic of Sun and Moon. I like Rabu, though. Didn't like it, though, when it got punched in the face by freaking Moogle, though. I love Raboot. That burned, literally. I like seeing the new main protagonist we're gonna get by next series. Ray. What's her name again?
Ray.
Hey, yeah, Ray. Our new main protagonist for when Ash finally leaves, because I'm making that theory right now. He's the new protagonist.
Well, I'm curious to see how that's gonna hold up in like a few years from now. Then
I'm telling you. Why else would they have? No, I'm just kidding. But I like seeing the Pokemon, like Ash's old Mons, because the minute I saw them hugging them, I'm like, you know what? This is nice. This is a nice moment. They were with Ash from the beginning. Each of them have a story with Ash in some way, shape, or form. Especially in Cineroar. I'm glad we got to see you again. So I like seeing that. Also, before I like how Lana herself like really fished up Go and saved him, and like. There's just a lot of things I enjoy from this episode. There are a few things, just like 2 things that are on me right now. One, the reason why Ash went to Alola, because even Trey even agrees with me in this opinion. To us, we felt like this could be a good opportunity for him to go back after the Bia fight, like after like he's trying to figure things out. But obviously that's not the case. But that's just us in general. Weirdly enough, I just like seeing Team Rocket's Pokemon. I was scared for Mimikyu though, because I was scared the minute that thing was gonna turn around it was gonna fight Pikachu, and I was gonna be like, "Pal, buddy, you're never gonna beat Pikachu, okay? It's defeated on top of a deity. Yeah, you're acting like freaking. I don't know what reference I'm trying to make. You're acting like freaking Goku when he tries to fight Beerus for the first time. Okay, we all in that fight. Ew, that's what happened. But I'm happy that didn't happen. I'm glad they resort to a cameo. I like the Rotoms interaction. Both Rotoms are the best Rotom. I love what it said to it.
Yes, I
its
do
only
too.
function is to take photos. And I'm like, that Rotom deck. Eat that Rotom Six. I like that moment. Oddly enough, I actually kind of like Rotom's reaction when he said that, because like, it's true though. That's all you're there for. Another thing this is a lot of things I enjoyed from this episode. I actually like Kiawe in this episode, oddly enough, because like to me, my issue with Kiawe, yes, I know people are gonna be hating on me. The thing I had with Kiawe, he was a good character, but my problem was that like, me personally, I felt like we tried to teach him like this lesson that like you need to stay calm in a battle, but just never learned it. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me, but that was just the thing. And to me, this felt like a good Kiawe redemption moment where he was trying to be like more like a mentor, teacher type / role to Go when he challenged him to a battle. And Go makes the all the accepts, and also we know what happens there. The Z move happens, and Milwaukee saves Go and Babu. I like that moment because it was teaching Go something, and I like what Go says. All enough, like what he says about Ash's dream was like, "Yo, I'm not helping Ash's dream. It's up to him to do it." Ideally, it does sound like he's messed up and saying like, "I don't give a damn. I'm just gonna catch Pokemon." I like what he says though, because he's all like, Ash, he's the friend who supports, which is true. Like in friendships, like all you can do is support your friends for the type of dreams they have. Obviously, the dreams they're gonna have aren't gonna be the same as yours. Me and Trey talked about this a while back because like we went on a private call earlier today talking about the episode, and I mentioned that to him was all like, for example, I'm trying to become like an anime creator, and Trey, I don't know what Trey wants to be, but I'm basically saying like our paths are different, meaning that like we can try to help, but we know very little for what we want to become. But as friends, we'll support each other all the way. Like he has my back for my studies, and I have his back for his studies. It's just us as friends. We're gonna support each other. Obviously, we don't know our dreams or what our next destiny is gonna hold. But I like that little line that Go says because it really hit to me. And the Lily, I actually like this. I like this. I like how Lily sent Lana the letter because I noticed throughout all the Sun and Moon they never had an interaction separately. Like I don't know if anyone saw like a moment with Lana and Lily had a moment. I didn't. I mean, I hope you guys did, but I like that. I really did. Any screen time for Lana is always great because she's my favorite Poke Girl. So overall, though, like this episode to me, like I said before, is a better episode than all of Sun and Moon. I'm not hating on the Sun and Moon fans. If you love Sun and Moon, go ahead and love it. Like I'm not dissing it. We all have our different opinions. Like for like obviously some of us here like X, Y, AG, best wishes. Look at you, Zano. All of us having a different opinion. I say this long ago that like even though we have different opinions, I feel like we shouldn't let that be in a way for us to get together and enjoy Pokemon for what it's worth. Because in the end of the day, it's Pokemon. We all grew up with Pokemon some way, shape, or form. Like video games, card games, toys, anime, manga, anyways. So to me, this episode, it was just a fun episode. And if I gotta rate it, I'll give it a 7.5.
Okay.
All right, man. Okay, so, well, we heard mostly
Richie.
everybody's here so far. Now we're just down to our last two for the hour. Richie, I believe now this is going to be your turn. And, of course, as usual, you know, let us hear your take on the review overall. And, yeah, go for it, buddy.
Oh, no, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I specifically asked to be the second to last because I kind of do have, like, a few comments about, like, the reception of the episode from the community, just because it's, like, you know, it was such a big deal to like a lot of people, which, you know, like I said, I'll try to keep it kind of short because I do want to be fair to the host and my buddy Kevin. So if I do go overboard a little bit or long, then I apologize.
No, go
Anyways,
ahead.
with that being said, the episode review. So I thought, and you know, the guys ahead of me kind of already gave you like their same scores on these two bases, which I'm going to go ahead and repeat because I do agree. And by that, I mean, if you're looking at this episode based on the fact that it was a callback episode, then I think the way that they handled it was just fucking perfect. I thought it was a 10 out of 10. They handled it very well, and they, since it was kind of like a big group instead of like your typical 3 to 4 people, they handled it very well in the sense of like, of how these characters were doing ever since the last time we saw them. I mean, because honestly, and because when we first heard about Lola coming back for the OP, I thought we weren't really going to get a word about Lily, and the reason why I thought that was because of the way that the series that this series was kind of like handling itself at the time. So when I saw that, it was for like a VA list that they normally reveal like a week beforehand, where it's like, hey, these characters are coming, and I'm like, it's probably just gonna be a flashback. But no, it kind of was, but the way that they handled it was exceptional. I thought they handled it fantastic, where not only do we see what they're still up to, which is, finding their father, but the way that they handled it is not your typical, they're still looking for it, and that's it. They added in a little bit more depth by saying, sending the research data over to Aphra Foundation, from Lucamine. And then that, being from Magirna at, a random spot in the mountain, which we don't know where it is, but, we can have our guesses as to where. I thought that part of it was really good. And of course, I'm a little bit confused, like not necessarily confused, but like, I guess the one comment I will make about like what the characters has been doing since then. Obviously, we know what Safui was doing. He went over to Hoenn for the whole spaceship thing and stuff like that. Mabo is trying to become more of a, not necessarily a chef, but more so like trying to run her own restaurant, which is why she asked Go, hey, what foods do they eat at Kanto and stuff? Because she wants to know. She wants to expand her menu. Kiale, I think I kind of forgot Kiale's thing, but I think it has to do something with battling. So that I don't remember.
I think Kiawe is like he wants to be the next Kahuna, I think.
Oh, the next Kahuna. Okay. So I guess that, and well, Lana, we didn't really actually get. I mean, unless I missed something in the subs, which if I did, then I apologize ahead of time.
She didn't bring up her mention whatsoever at all.
Yeah, she never brought it up, and I don't know if it was because they felt like it was not necessary, or maybe there just wasn't progression. I don't know.
Day.
Right. I don't know, but basically, without going too much in depth to it, because I kind of do want to go to my second part. What I will say about the episode is that this, and obviously I'll be echoing Tyrone's statement near the end of what he said about it as well. But this is how you handle previous characters or region in return if the episode is specific about like a certain person or a certain group. This, I feel, is how you handle it. It don't make the character that inferior since the last appearance. Don't make that character irrelevant ever since their last appearance, since it's not their season or series, whatever. This is just the way they handle it, where they're still pretty much the same people, and they gotten either stronger or they're getting they're making wonderful progression in their goal. This is how I feel like they should have handled the Karina episode, but unfortunately, it is what it is. But I do hope that this episode does lay down the foundation of how they would handle like the next, whoever is next, as far as like returning for for Pokemon Journeys. I think Alola, while it is not very hard to screw it up, I do hope that, like I said, this lays down the foundation of how they would handle like these other characters returning, which whoever it will be. So overall, 10 out of 10 if you look at it as a callback episode. But for my personal rating as just an episode, I think the most I'll give is an 8. It's a really enjoyable episode. It's something I'll definitely watch again, because I do consider rewatching value into this whatever I watch. And this is definitely an episode, if you really love Alola, if you like what it stands for, you like Sun and Moon, I think you'll enjoy this episode very much. But if you're not, you'll still get a kick out of it. You'll still like it. But the one thing I do want to comment on real quick, and then we'll get to the host. It's just kind of like the reception, because obviously, everyone was looking forward to this. I mean, if you go on Twitter, the Antipoke Twitter, people were really looking forward to this episode. You had people excited. You had people like saying, "Oh my god" and stuff.
You had people selling their kidney to try to watch it early.
Yeah, the reception was kind of crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, we had our fair share of crazy reactions, but we do have our fair share of like people generally excited for the episode, wherever, regardless if it was like less than under a year or over a year. The fact of the matter is that this episode was a big deal for a lot of the Alola fans or stans, whatever you want to call them. But I do just want to put a small reminder because again, I don't want to put too much discussion into it because, again, this podcast is all about, obviously reviewing the episodes and being a positive atmosphere. And obviously, again, not going to get into the names and the specific details. But what I will say is that we have to be smart with how we get excited for these episodes and how we look at this episode and not like try to act superior or trying to talk down others just because like, oh, we got our returning companions, our returning region better than you did with yours or whatever. So basically my main message and simple message is that be the better person. Don't be immature. Just, obviously, if you enjoy your episode, that's great, but don't like use the opportunity to, talk down to others and then claim that, oh, I'm, not toxic because to me, that just doesn't to me, that's not how you handle it. And if anything, it's like a huge case of hypocrisy because, if you're going to stand for positivity, actually stand for positivity because it doesn't make sense to me that I look on Twitter and then you have someone complaining about like these negative reactions. And then, that same person goes out of their way to find those negative reactions. So the simple message I'll leave here, because like I said, I'm not going to go too in depth about it because this podcast is not about like dropping names and witch hunts. But what I will say is that, just a couple of things, just be positive, be rational, obviously have fun while watching your animes and shows. And most importantly, never talk down to others. Just be, I know I'm repeating myself, but just be positive, just have fun and just, make friends in the community and just stay true to your, positive beliefs. And that is, that's how a community gets rolling in the positive way.
I want to add. I want
to
add something to that real quick. If you have the time to go and actively like talk down to people and complain, maybe you should question what the hell you're doing with your free time. Do something else. There's other things that you have to do. I hate Sun and Moon and I hate X and Y. But do I attack people for it? Do I go on people's Twitters and freaking just grind the shit out? No, because I want to work on other things that is positive. Like you got to do something else. You should.
Tyrone.
Yeah, but we do. Yeah, but we do that. Yeah, but the thing is, though, we do it. We do that because we love each other. The thing though is it's like there's a difference. There's a difference between going on someone's random Twitter and just like grilling the shit out of them for having a differing opinion versus having fun and being loving. Mm-hmm. It's like Cuomo's phrase, New York tough, which means what was it? It was strong, tough, loving, strong, tough, loving, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. But it's like but basically it's like that, smart as well, yes. So you have to have a kind of a mindset where okay, people are going to have different opinions. If people didn't have different opinions, this world will be fucking all white, doldrums, boring as fuck. And that's why people are here. That's why we're here. We're here because we are the cure for the common Pokemon podcast. Because it's like we have to have dynamics, we have to have respect, and we have to have entertainment.
Yeah, and we got random ads too.
And we have to have ads.
You know what? This ad thing is starting to confuse the shit out of me.
Yeah, you know what though? What? I want to say this shit has been happening for like the last month or 2 months.
Yeah,
it's more active now because apparently Twitch decided to add a feature where auto ads are gonna happen now.
Yeah,
so it's something you can't control. It's just sort of there. So
what the heck?
All right,
but yeah, no. But to hop on what TS is saying is like, basically, and what Richie's saying as well, where it's like, it's the whole concept of. I feel like, especially with the work that I do, I've grown up with this whole mindset. Hi. I've grown up with this mindset of treat people the way you want to be treated, and that speaks massive levels to me, at least, where why go through all the trouble of making others feel bad for something that they like or something that they care about, and not just when it comes to things about pop culture, not just when it comes to things about Pokemon and stuff. It's just that's a way of life. Like you got to realize we all have our own ways of living. We all have our own thoughts and opinions, and the best way to live them is to accept our own thoughts and then learn to accept and respect other people's differences to yourself. That's what makes us human. We're all different. You can't look at me and KG and suddenly say, hey, like maybe we share one thing in common. Like I know that KG, you're Hispanic and I'm Hispanic, and it's like. And it's like you can't just look at the two of us and say, "Oh, shoot, they're exactly the same." No, because KG loves Sun and Moon, and I love X and Y. Or Goggles loves Digimon, and TSS loves Yokai Watch. Or Polly loves Poliwhirl. But Xano loves black and white, and that's Xano's thing. But
you mean Palpatine or something like that?
Yeah.
What conclusion were you making with that one?
Yeah, I didn't get where you were going with that last one there, but I think I understand what it is that you're trying to say at the end of the day.
It's just
comparing a Pokemon to a region.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I like the world, or do I like this fictional blue frog with a swirl in its chest?
I like guys. I don't think you realize Poliwhirl is Polly's world.
Oh,
that's the thing.
I'm a Poliwhirl in a Polyworld.
What was that song?
I am so sorry.
Barbie girl, man.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that's just the whole aspect of it where we should all, especially now because it's midnight, meaning it's National Ash Ketchum Day. This is the most important thing where we should celebrate each other's differences and thoughts, even if we don't agree.
Absolutely.
It's just even if we don't agree, we should be more together because of our differences than not.
Yes.
Yeah, and this wasn't, and to be honest, I've been here for a long time. 16 years ago, we didn't have this problem because the writing didn't deviate as much as it had been in the last 3 series.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the end of the day, love each other, care for each other, and enjoy the thing, because at the end of the day, we all care about one particular franchise, and that's Pokemon. And that should always be
Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, yes, right, yeah.
Yeah,
Pokemon,
sure,
right,
sure.
Yeah.
I assure you.
Now then, all right. So once again, it is National Ash Ketchum Day today. It is a very monumental moment.
Here in Pacific.
Yeah, for the Eastern Standard Time, anyway, folks. It is National Ash Ketchum Day, which only feels appropriate that the person who would kick things off for the National Ash Ketchum thing would be me with this episode review for Sun and Moon.
Well, actually, no, it'll be Eevee, because Eevee was wanting to leave his comments.
Yeah, I'm saving his for second, so that way mine can feel more important first. No, but don't worry, Eevee, I still have your thing here saved for me when I can talk about it after my review on this. So yes, this is going to be an interesting review for me, per se, only because I'm going to be reviewing this twice. So I'll explain it as we get along. So kicking things off, let us review Sun and Moon episode 147. Because this episode just happened to show up in the middle of nowhere after being gone for almost a year now. And we finally got a brand new episode highlighting some events that just happened to occur between 146 and now. Ash is suddenly wearing new clothes. Suddenly there is this kid named Go, who's now another character to add to the mix. But, jokes aside though, as a Sun and Moon fan, this is, without a doubt, one of the best comeback episodes I have seen in a long time for the Pokemon franchise. This is genuinely one of their best comeback episodes. I loved everything about this episode so very much, from the choice of music, the atmosphere, the visuals, the characters, the dialogue, the setting, the tone, everything that you could imagine about this episode, I've absolutely enjoyed. There were so many little things about this episode that, as I've stated before when we were doing the reviews for Sun and Moon, you have to just go frame by frame, because there are going to be some instances where you will catch certain things that will suddenly mean more a little later down the road. For example, let's talk a little bit about the Go and Kiawe fight. Did you notice that in the background when they were highlighting all the characters in the bench, notice how everybody was kind of freaking out, but Ash was the only one who just had like a blank stare? Because Ash already knew what was going to happen with Go, with Marowak and all that. Like, he wasn't scared about what was going to happen to Go. He just sort of left a blank face. Everybody else, though, was sort of concerned about what was going to happen to poor Go after Kiawe had used his signature Z move with Turtonator. So there are, like, little moments like that. You know, there's also the segment there with Beware, Marini.
Just want to like a trip when he was about to save Go.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I think I know where I was going at with that one. But yeah, so it's just stuff like that. There's just a love letter to this series, and I want to go break it down for like about an hour because it's just so perfect for me. My favorite thing, and honestly, I'd say right now, the best scene in this entire franchise, I'm talking about from 20 years now, the best scene in this entire franchise was the Big Brother scene. No one can deny that. That Big Brother scene has been something fans have been wanting to see for so long. To have some kind of like a little, you know, in a way, a successor, or just somebody to just highlight with Ash's character development, which we got to see in that moment. I loved, first of all, how they set things up. What happened when Ash went to go to Burnett's house? What was the first thing he says? I'm home. Like, that there is so important to me because he really does view it as his second home. And it shows. This is something that carries on into further into that scene. That moment right there where he just simply states, I'm home. Burnett comes out with Ray, and it's just so adorable right there. Ash is like, oh my god, it's great to see you again, Burnett. And this little one that happens to be here, this is Ray, correct? And guess what happens? Burnett responds, that is correct.
Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you, Jordan, for that. I appreciate it. Burnett just says, you know, that is correct, Satoshi. Satoshi's big brother. I got emotional with that. I legitimately got emotional with that because I've wanted to see that happen in this episode. And it just kept on going too, because that scene didn't stop. They made sure to make that scene last, and not just simply last in a way to where it's going to mean nothing in the long run. No, they made it last to where it just adds to Satoshi's character, in my opinion. I just loved seeing the interaction Rei and Satoshi had with each other. That was so precious. There, like the scene where Satoshi's, has his one finger grabbed by Rei's whole hand, and you see Rei playing with his face and all that, and Satoshi trying to talk with Rei. Like, that was so adorable. Nobody can deny that. That was like one of the most heartwarming scenes. And the reason why that scene hit me hard is only because it is one of those rare instances when I can connect with the show in a way that feels right, because as I've stated before in my reaction, the gap between me and my little brother is a big one. It's 10 plus years, so I can relate to that scene when Satoshi was right there saying hi to the little one for the very first time, and having my little brother's finger like wrap around one of my fingers when I got to see him for the first time as well. You don't know how emotional that feels. There's something so special about a scene like that. And when the animators took that and made it show off in this episode, like you can see right there in that frame, I was able to connect with that. And I think that's something that I wanted to see from the franchise, is a moment when you can really take an opportunity to relate to a character that you've been watching for so long and be like, I am him, just like like what he's being presented here in this episode. I can relate to him in some way. I love that segment. That to me is gonna be my absolute favorite scene out of this entire franchise. It has nothing to do with Pokemon. It has nothing to do with the world of Pokemon. It just simply had to do with a big brother meeting his little brother for the first time. And I believe the animators and the people writing this episode, they absolutely captured that moment beautifully, because that is a one and done moment. They can never do something like that again. That first moment right there. And I think they did it beautifully here. So I love that scene. The other scene I loved as well moves on into Lily's letter. Lily's letter is also another beautifully written moment. It states what Lily's going through at this current time, obviously traveling out there to go and discover where her father resides at, because they still have no idea where he is at this present timeline. And obviously she's not at it alone. She's with her whole family, with Gladian, with their Pokemon, with Lusamine, who's somewhere out there contacting Aether Paradise to kind of give a bit of an update as to what's going on. Like, stuff like this I enjoy, because it gives us an idea that yes, the world is still moving. These characters aren't just frozen in the space-time continuum, never to be heard of again. I like that the animators went out of their way to go and show these characters off and bring them back again and let you know that yes, if you've watched Sun and Moon, this is something that still carries over into the current timeline. Something that I feel some other past generations never really did as well as, say, here. So another thing to also know, since we're talking about the original Sun and Moon series, if you recall in the final episode, Lana did state, that, hey, Lily, make sure to write letters for us. And Lily responds back, says, don't worry, I will. Guess who was the one that received the letter in this episode? It wasn't anyone except for Lana. Lana was the one to receive that letter, which makes perfectly sense with her character, because guess what? Lana also did the same thing with Misty when she came back to Alola in the earlier episodes of Sun and Moon as well. So there's a lot of tied connection to this episode that just wraps around, to everything that these characters have, shown off throughout the series of Sun and Moon. So I love shit like that. That to me is beautiful. But what really got to me good was the ending of that letter. When she says that, I can't wait to see you guys back in Alola again, and she starts calling out everybody's name, Lana, Kiawe, Sophocles, Mallow, and she also said Satoshi. That to me is such a beautiful moment, because if you recall, Satoshi did state that he was going to leave Alola at the end of Sun and Moon, and he wasn't going to come back for a while. And it was just convenience that Ash just happened to show up when this happened. And I loved that Lily, despite knowing that he was going to be away, and who knows when he was going to come back, she still acknowledged him as her friend, and still wrote his name, despite not knowing if Satoshi was ever going to hear those words come out from that letter. And I love that Satoshi reacted that way, because he too was surprised to see his name being mentioned there, because he didn't think he would be, because he knows he's not still in Alola, he's traveling out there. So that is something that I would say is beautiful writing. I just love that scene. So everything from the Lily scene, the big brother scene, the battle, the music, of course, the music, you can never go wrong with that. The music was beautifully executed here with a mixture of Journey's OST and the Sun and Moon OST as well. It really makes you kind of question why they're not using the OST from other generations, then, if they can clearly do it. It's still
They
weird.
hate the other generation.
Yeah, come on, if we're going to Hoenn, let me hear some.
Well, to be fair for Karina, they did the XY.
No.
That's
See,
fine.
I want to clarify on that. They didn't specifically choose a track from the X and Y television series. They chose a track from the film. Which was a film OST used into the episode. But it wasn't from originally the TV series itself. Here, these tracks were specifically from the TV series itself. and then
Yeah,
reused
it's still
again
Miyazaki tracks.
here.
Still Miyazaki
Exactly.
tracks,
It's
so
still going to be Miyazaki tracks, but I just want to clarify as to why I say there's just a little bit of a difference there. It's still great to hear Miyazaki's tracks come back because there's a reason why so many of us love it and why so many of us are still craving for the OST from Best Wishes and onward, Maybe one day we'll get an answer to that. But for now, I will say this episode here is what Karina's episode wished it could have been. It wished it could have been this good in terms of paying homage to the region, paying respect to the characters, and most importantly, paying respect to that said franchise, that series. This episode here, my biggest concern as what's shown off here with Kiawe, I swear to God, if they had done a scene where the reboot somehow with his little small ass ember attack was to have deflected that giant ass dynamic full flame attack back at Turtonator, we would be having a different story right now. But that didn't happen.
I want to be on that book.
Yeah, they still kept Kiawe a powerful character, it reminded fans that yes, he does deserve his top 4 position in the league and why he truly is one of those powerful rivals for Satoshi. I loved everything about that. So overall, what more can I say than, without a doubt, in my opinion, my absolute favorite episode from Journeys. And who would have guessed that it only just needed to have Sun and Moon to truly make it feel like an absolute perfect episode. So that's my take on this 147th review for Sun and Moon. Now let's talk about this Journeys episode, why don't we?
Uh-oh.
This was the most...
You won't actually hear.
Seriously?
Yeah, that was my Sun and Moon review. Allow me to take my Journeys review here. This was the most unnecessary, pointless, weirdly placed episode in this series so far. What in the absolute fuck were you guys thinking putting this episode here and having it not serve any purpose to the narrative that's currently going on right now? What were you thinking? This episode has no reason to be here. It is slapped in one of the most awkward moments at this moment because it is slapped in between the B arc, which, by the way, I stated that I wanted to see this Alola episode be used as a way to kind of carry Ash's journey in Journeys and reignite his emotions to be a better battler to go up against B, because the B rematch is happening 2 weeks from now. But guess what? The only development Ash got between his first whoop ass from the B fight and the current rematch that's going to be happening in just a couple of weeks was the stupid Flygon episode. That was the only episode Ash got any form of quote-unquote development, because all it really did was that it just reminded Ash, oh shit, there are more options out there besides being very distant from one another. Too bad we can never develop that kind of concept further. Oh wait, we're going to Alola. The shit where he became champion. The series where he went out of his way to become an Alola League champion and the face of the Alola region. This right there would have been the perfect opportunity to have brought that concept back, make Ash be reminded what Pokemon battling is all about, and actually mean something for going back to Alola. Because when you think about it, in the grand scheme of things, what exactly did this episode provide narrative-wise for Ash's character? Absolutely nothing. It is so aggravating to me that this episode had the perfect opportunity to have done something for Ash, and they straight up ruined it. This was so hurtful for me.
It's ghost time.
Yeah, it's like ghost time. No, but for real,
go away.
Go in this episode. He got development, yes, but like, doesn't really mean anything if you think about it, because it's like, when the hell are we going to see these characters come back later? Okay, yay, Go made friends. Yay, I'm happy for you. Yay, Go got his ass whooped. Wait, what? So it's like Go is still acting the same way. I'm very happy that they kept his personality intact, because that's how he is. He's a very kind of introverted kind of character. He's not going to act this way because, you know, that's not who he is. So I like the go in this character, but did it really mean anything in the grand scheme of things? No, it didn't. In fact, this entire episode didn't. I'm still so pissed off that this wasn't a double episode. Why did they try to think that it was a beautifully thought out idea to have placed every single goddamn thing into one episode? Who thought that was a good idea? Other episodes, hell, Best Wishes did a far better job with bringing old characters back and actually making them mean something to the storyline that's currently going on right now. Baby. Let that be a message right now. Best Wishes did a far better job at making past characters actually impact the current characters in the narrative storyline.
This is why he makes the paper. He makes the paper!
And that pisses me off, man. How did Best Wishes do better than you? This is what is so on.
KG,
are you
okay? No, I am not okay.
No. Wait, guys. KG, you gotta. If you're really gonna beat this horse down, you gotta finish it off. Say something bad.
No, you gotta add the music. You gotta add the music.
Say something bad about the baby.
Nah, see, I'm a bad person. I'm not a monster, okay? Listen, I love the little ones, okay? I'm not gonna go and hurt them. I can't do that. You're asking me to be attacking a defenseless little child. You're the monster, if anything. I should see you get your ass out of here right now out of this call. Thank God I server muted that shit because I didn't want that shit in my stream.
Oh gosh.
Run, baby. You need to run.
Yeah, you better run, buddy, before I come whoop your ass for coming up with an idea like that. I don't like that whatsoever.
I came up with the idea.
So, yes, overall, what do I think about this episode? Here's my take on it. Why was it here? What did it serve? Did it even bring anything to the table? Did it add anything for Ash's overall character? Did it really mean anything for B's development, or I should say the road to B's fight for that said development? And guess what? You know what pissed me off even more? Yay! All of the Pokemon that Ash had that he remembered he had in Journeys came back in this episode, and they're just having lunch together. What?
I heard of the
That's it? That's all you're going to do.
This is why we don't give Kevin the speedballs.
I am so hurt, man.
I can add something.
Yeah, you know what? That's even hilarious too. You know, Yamper was the one at response for this. I think this is what makes it most hilarious for me. My favorite thing about this whole goddamn episode is how exactly they got to Alola. Ash didn't go back to Alola for his friends. He didn't go back to see his Alolan family. He didn't go back to see for his goddamn Pokemon. Nah, he went back because he wanted to see a huge, long tree that just happened to be this big.
Long tree.
And that's
don't give me taking out of context.
Yeah, just a long ass tree. That's all he wanted to see. He wanted to see a tree. And I mean, okay, fine, whatever. But
hey.
I don't know. I just think this
That's
episode deserved
coconut.
to have lasted 2 episodes at best, to have really got everything that they wanted to get across and had made it mean something in the grand scheme of things. Because yes, while it is a fantastic welcome love letter for the Sun and Moon fans, is anybody really gonna remember this for the narrative? And honestly,
I will.
What narrative are we talking about here? Aside from like the baby coming back.
The baby's important because that needs to be the new main protagonist.
You know what? I'll hold your word on that. I'm going to keep that in my memory, and I'm going to come back to you 3 years from now. We're going to see who's right and wrong.
I'm the same person here who's made the theory that Pikachu's going to leave by the end of the series to go live back with the Kangaskhan.
Listen, man, I don't know where you're going with that, buddy. I'm going to stop you there. We'll meet again.
Yeah, someone spiked Goggles Kool-Aid, so it's okay.
So yeah, overall, what did this episode be? A 10 out of 10 for me in terms of the Sun and Moon review. A 5 out of 10 overall for Journeys.
Look in the bright side, though. It will mean.
Like I said, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best for me, but I still enjoyed it as an episode.
Oh, I enjoyed it too as a Sun and Moon fan. as a Journey fans, God, this episode left me mixed because it really was. You know what this is best described as? A missed opportunity episode. This is one of those episodes.
Missed potential.
Just all the potential right there written for it. If next week's episode had been another continuation, then my perspective on this could have been way different. But because this was never used in any intention to kind of develop Ash's character, to get himself back up on his feet again, to get himself ready to fight against Beat, which, by the way, where the hell is all the development for his upcoming B rematch going to be when it was only done in the Flygon episode? But the Flygon episode was where he got his ass whooped and didn't contribute much. And in fact, that was where Go came in for that, and he became the star of that episode. Yeah, like I'm so concerned because if Ash comes out winning this B rematch, bro, I'm gonna have problems with this, especially when you know Dynamax.
Would you like to show?
I'm just saying. So,
No, I really hope Dynamax is not involved.
You see her with the band, man. There's a reason there.
It's in scene with City though.
That too, but you never know what's gonna happen. So.
I'm sorry.
The anime is not gonna say, "Oh, the entire world's a Dynamax."
You never know what's gonna happen with this show, man. They could pull off a stunt that makes no sense whatsoever. Be like, "Oh, hey, look, Ho-Ho just happened to fly by here in Sealwood City and just happens to puke out these beautiful-looking rainbows," which just also occurred to me.
Time to get the realist shutdown opinion here. So the thing is, the realist in me says, people are going to be pissed off if Satoshi wins or Satoshi loses. So we should just say...
I know, and I'm excited to see how that review is going to come out 2 weeks from now, buddy. That's going to be...
Yeah, that's going to be really good.
Who's waiting for Ash to win?
No, Ash better not win that fight, man.
Also, speaking about that beef fight, you know, and I since I'm shitting on the Sunday Moon, I might as well also take a little bit of a jab on the Karina episode as well. You suddenly realize how much of a pointless episode that Karina episode was now, given the fact that Ash went back to normal class again. And that was the whole gimmick about that episode of him ranking up to super class. And they made it such a monumental moment, which then got shitted on because he lost to a random ass trainer of the day. Yeah, so overall, what more can I say? This was here. It existed. If you're a Sun and Moon fan, you will love it. If you are a Journeys fan, which first of all is kind of hard to begin with, but I still think overall this didn't serve anything, and that makes me bummed out. If they bring these characters back, unfortunately it's not going to be for the B stuff, but if they bring them back, I'm curious to see what they're going to do. If they do a babysitting episode with Ash having some time with, you know, the little Ray, I think we're in for something great. If not,
it's going to be like a Tom and Jerry episode.
So yeah, overall, that's my take on the episode. Also, by the way, where the hell have you been, my friend?
Yeah.
All the time.
I am so sorry.
Okay.
Yes, we had to drag him out of the Social Security office.
Hey guys, look, it's our Alolan Tyrone right here, who shows up.
Alolan Tyrone,
like how he used to, man.
Oh fuck!
Look at that.
Oh my god!
Yeah, there you go. Hey there, Alolan Tyrone. Well, not for real though.
That's amazing.
Hi there,
Well,
Mr.
the names both begin with T, so I guess it's all right.
Does that make Media Nut Alolan Kevin? No.
You know what? Maybe.
Oh no, we were in sync with each other. I'm so weirded out by this. Maybe we truly are in sync. Yeah. But Trayman, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, man? I came at the best possible time because a lot of the points that you were making, Goggles can tell you. We had discussions about this.
Okay, all right.
He agrees with everything you said, KJ, except the fact that he's not a Sun and Moon fan.
Wait, I'm a big Sun and Moon fan.
No, guys.
We got two suns for the price of one.
Why would Trayman be an Alolan fan? I mean, look at his main Pokemon. There's no way he's a Sun and Moon fan.
Oh, no. That Lycanroc is very suspicious, buddy. I'm gonna need to confiscate that shit from you, pal.
God, you realize
my Twitter is literally Trayman1_Alola.
I know, right?
well, like I said, he got stuck in fucking Border Patrol because he wanted to get that shit stolen.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, so Truman, first of all, welcome aboard, buddy. I know you showed up at like the very end of the show.
Overtime hour.
Theoretically, we're not supposed to even be at this hour right now. This was supposed to have wrapped up like 30 minutes ago, but we made it a special occasion for tonight. To have the opportunity to also have you coming into the fun as well, buddy. So
I feel like if it wasn't for KG's review, we're not been here.
Yeah, Truman would have probably show up at this point, man. Also, sincerely though, thank you to everybody who just randomly subbed and followed just a while ago. I know I didn't get a chance to say that because reviewing the episode was kind of hard to pause at the time, but thank you.
No, Ebo. No, Ebo. Freaking Trey is a lowland Tyrone.
Trey is the Alolan. See, because he's the dusk form, so it only feels appropriate to call him the Alolan variation at this moment. But yeah, so Truman, I'm kind of curious. Of course, obviously, first of all, welcome to the show. We're glad to have you here. We're also glad to have our other newcomers as well here, Goggles and Media Nut. I do apologize because we will be wrapping this up soon at some point for everyone's sake. But I do at least would love to hear a little bit about your take on this week's episode of Sun and Moon / Journeys.
All right, I got you. Okay, it's a Sun and Moon episode. I love it. Like, I love the continuity. Like, just all the callbacks that they made. It was such a wholesome episode. It had the great Sun and Moon vibe. But I agree with what you said. Like, where does it fit in the story? Because I've been saying it. Like, this was my before. Maybe, like, I say when we first got that B episode and we got the titles, my theory was that it was going to go down like this. After the Go and Flygon episode, Ash comes back to Alola. Especially after that one. He comes back to Alola. And I had this theory where Rowlet and Dragonite were trained together because they're like the both OP beasts and the underdogs. Incineroar and Gengar are kind of like the ones with the tragic stories. Farfetch and Melmetal, those two both have the same issue with the spinning. Like, as we saw in the Bia fight, Farfetch was spun out of control, and Melmetal had that with the Gladion battle. And that's for Riolu and Lycanroc, they're the aces and dogs. So yeah, I really thought that they were going to do something with that. But no, all they do is eat. And it really hits because this is the first time that Ash has brought all of his Journeys team with him to another region. Because it's always been Riolu and Pikachu. And so, that's kind of been my complaint with this series. It's like, enough for the Riolu and Pikachu. It's starting to I'm starting to hope to see more of the other team members come. Especially in teams like the Team Rocket, when Team Rocket took Pikachu both times, actually, like the Matori Matrix and Jesse and James. It's like, Ash, why don't you have the other Pokemon, man?
I want to point out real quick, the second time Ash was literally kicking a machine or something like that in a Pikachu episode.
He was running. I was like, oh, man. But yeah, like, I love the episode. It was great for what it was. But I do agree, it should have been a two-parter. If I was to, want to redo this episode, I would have the first part just be all the introductions. Like, Go meets the cast, Ash meets the baby. And maybe this episode focuses on Ash with his old team and his new team training. Then second episode, that's where we get the Go focus. And that's where we get the battle and everything like that. Because it's like, that would have been perfect. I made it, I'll send this picture. I know I'm talking a little fast because we got to go soon, but
yeah,
I'll send in the chat real quick. Give me 1 minute.
No problem.
While Trey is on that point, on that tangent, I also want to take an opportunity to shit on this episode too, because I thought, okay, because with the fucking Flygon episode, we had freaking Satoshi realizing, oh wait, we kept using fucking fighting moves that were close. I was thinking, okay, maybe in Alola, maybe Riolu would learn something else. Nope.
Yeah, like Incineroar could have done something, or Melmetal.
Yeah, could have had fucking something. Now we got nothing.
What I would have hoped if they would have done, I would have hoped Ash had a moment talking to Kukui about the World Championship gimmick and how he mentions like he's been losing a lot, and Kukui would say a line like, "That's weird. That doesn't sound like the champion of Alola to say."
Did my thing get cut off?
No, you're there. We heard you.
No, we heard you, bro. We
heard everything you said.
Okay, I was just wondering.
I think they were just confused as to what you if who was next to talk is all. So.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
Yeah. The pictures are sitting right now that I was going to refer to. Like, hang on. The internet's going to.
If you want, just post it in the main hub, and then we'll just
slow. But any pictures, perfect.
Okay. Well, so let me just double check here, make sure. Did you post it yet, buddy?
What'd you post it?
Did he?
His internet.
Oh, okay, because I was wondering. I think it sounded like he got kicked out.
He's at a dorm, so the internet over there are always bad.
Oh man, I feel bad for Trio, but if it did get issue, well, hopefully next time when Tree can come back for this one, we'll be able to get a clear indication as to what's going on. But poor Tree, I think his internet did get kaput.
Hey, you feel that? Everyone agrees.
Don't go to college. No.
Can y'all hear me? Hello? Yeah, y'all can hear
Yeah,
me?
now we hear you,
Yeah,
buddy. You were gone for like a minute.
Gosh, dang it, man. I'm trying to send these pictures. It's taking so long, man. Okay. I don't know if you can remember, but in the last episode, remember Ash laid on his back, and then Rio and Pikachu.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
Y'all
When they
read
were
that
on the
at the-
ground together and they just looked up basically in the sky.
Yeah, I thought that would have been the perfect connection to when Ash won a Kukui fight, and that would have made him want to realize to want to go back to Alola.
Oh,
'cause if
you're
look at it,
right. That would have tied in
same-
beautifully,
I miss my
actually.
dad.
But because it didn't, yeah.
Pikachu,
that's Ash and Pikachu. Like Ash and Pikachu laid down. So I really thought this was gonna be a great build up for the Bia rematch, but unfortunately it wasn't.
Yeah, so unfortunate, but well.
And instead, we go to see a giant palm tree.
Yes, because the tree is significantly more important than his friends.
No, guys, don't you know it's guys, don't you realize it's tree times as important?
There's the image, by the way. Okay, I got it now.
Yeah. Like that would have been a perfect, like just imagine the last episode, Ash is laying there. And then he at least thinks about that moment. And he's like, oh snap, we should go to the Lola. Episode ends there, maybe next episode. That gives him a better reason to go than let's go see Executive.
Yeah, let's go see a big
Yo, you want to go see a giant tree? No, too bad we're going anyway.
Just for a tree, guys. It was all for a tree.
Man.
So thank you, Tree, for coming in. Or Trey. Well, actually, how do you pronounce that properly? Just so I can make sure. You're using
Trey Man.
Trey Man, okay, because I've been saying
Trey
Tree Man. I'm like,
yeah.
Smoke them trees, man.
That Sun and Moon got me in that tree vibe, buddy. But okay, so first,
it's like the name Trey, and then we added with Man One, so it's just like Trey.
Yeah, Trey Man 1. So first of all,
Yeah.
thank you for hopping in as well. We do apologize that you happened to come in last minute. Obviously we're wrapping things up for tonight, but it was still nice to hear your opinion on this. It was also nice to hear the new faces as well come into the pod. Media Nut, Goggles, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was great to hear some new opinions on what they thought about this episode. I feel it was appropriate to get a nice, well-balanced mix for both fans of Sun and Moon and also fans of other franchises not titled Sun and Moon in here as well. So I found it to actually be a very nice mix. So I'm very happy with that. And overall, once again, thanks again everybody for hopping into the call last minute too at that. So thank you guys for that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, because let me just explain. Literally, this was on probably like 2 hours notice, and we'd like to thank all the guys for doing that.
They heard the
Stepping up.
message. They responded quickly and they hopped in as soon as they could have. And we couldn't
Thank you for pitch hitting for Tyrone
Yeah,
tonight.
so
Really
of course our
appreciate
buddy
it.
Tyrone was unable to
Oh,
hop
yeah,
in,
of course.
but you guys did an amazing job here, and we're very happy with that. And we will, of course, always, whenever you guys want to hop in for other pods and stuff, when the room's open and all that, we'll always welcome you guys into the call.
Of course, yeah.
For future
bro.
conversations, because
Thank
it's
you.
always fun to hear
I
some
still
new
put a poke
faces.
chat.
But
Still the poke chat, if you like, don't let me go in there.
yeah, of course, So, for now, I'm going to call this a wrap for the night. I want to thank everybody so much here for being in the call. I want to thank everybody so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed our extended session of the pod. I do apologize for those who might have wanted to leave a little early because, it is the late hours, of course. But I hope we got to say what we wanted to say across, and we hope you guys enjoyed the National Ash Ketchum Day today, which I know a lot of people are going to be posting a lot of videos relating to this day. So it was nice enough to at least kick things off with our podcast here for tonight. So I'm going to go and raid one of my buddies actually, because he is live right now, my buddy Taco. And I think it would be wonderful enough for this community that we got right now to also raid him at this time. So if you guys would love to hop in for the raid, let us do that. So we'll talk with all of you guys later. Make sure to follow everybody here in their Twitter things down below. Make sure to follow Goggle Master, Media Nut, Trayman1, and we'll hope to see you guys then and there. So as always, everybody.
Okay, for the folks, real quick. Goggle, Media Nut, and Trayman. Quick Twitter plug, please.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Oh shoot! Give me 1 minute.
Just to add, just say you're at.
Yeah,
just that Trayman1, I believe it was for Goggle Master. What was yours?
No. Yeah, just at Goggle Master 11.
All right, medium.
Yeah,
it's
at the Media Nut.
All right, thank you so much, guys. I'm only saying this quick because the raid is about to end soon, so we need to hit the raid.
Trayman1 is Trayman1 _ Lola.
Ah, okay, that's what it is. So thank you guys so much. Now we're gonna hit that raid button quick because otherwise it's gonna end itself, and we don't want that to happen. So we'll talk with all of you guys later in whatever video we make. Take care, everyone, and as always.
And hi, John. You're too late.
Have an awesome day.
Wash your fucking hands, John. You're late.
Bye.
Wash your hand.